I'm sorry, Radio Man. I don't give a damn if they haven't figured out by Sunday against the Raiders. They're not going to play the Raiders in the playoffs. The Raiders stink. And this will be one of those games that if the Eagles offense does show life on Sunday, I will say, well, it was just the Raiders because they can't do anything on offense. Part 12. They have played 13 games this season, and we are at part 12 of the offense sucks story. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Horrible, because the offense sucks. Whether it's Nick Sirianni is being involved with the preparation, whether it's Kevin Patullo in the play calling, whether it's Jalen Hurts all of a sudden forgetting how to play football. Well, yesterday was egregious. Jalen Hurts has not played well all season long. I've been telling you that all season long. But yesterday was an egregious performance by Jalen Hurts where I don't know if it's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he's not reading the defense well. I don't know if it's just first read. Let me get the ball out. And you saw that Devontae Smith, they throw it to Devontae. It was the hitch route. The safety saw what was coming. Like, they knew what was coming, and yet Jalen Hurts still just throws it right to him and gets intercepted. He was freaking dreadful yesterday.
It was awful. It was the worst quarterbacking performance I've ever seen from an Eagles quarterback. Period. And I've watched Eagles quarterbacks. I've watched a lot more bad Eagles quarterbacks than you guys have.
Sure.
I've never seen a worse Eagles quarterback performance. And I swore to myself today on the ride in, I'm not yelling today. I can't get – this team doesn't almost deserve my anger because I was angry last night. But they really don't even necessarily deserve it because it's almost like we are more animated and care more than they do. And I'm serious. It feels that way. It feels like the fan base. It feels like the people. I met people at the Wawa in Malvern this morning that appear to be more aggravated than the happy-go-lucky Nick Sirianni behind a microphone after a game who's going to try to double-talk us through yet another terrible performance.
Because I
can't have it.
They are all Brandon Graham from 2 years ago, guys.
I can't do it.
What I'm saying is 2 years ago, 2023, yes, we're going to bring up the freaking year again because you can't deny that it's happening all over again. I don't know what you guys missed. For the people that were ignoring, no, this is different because the defense is good. Well, the offense is trash, and so they can't overcome the offense. The vibes are the exact same. We denied it. We ignored, well, not all of us, but some of you denied it, ignored it because there's just too much talent on this team. They've beaten too many good teams in the past. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. All that stuff is true, but what we're finding out again is that talent does not prevail all the time. Talent does not overcome incompetencies from your head coach, from your offensive coordinator, or your quarterback that's throwing it 4 times to the opposing team. And so we denied 2023 over and over and over again. And yet we got positivity bunnies. I really do hope. I put it out on social media last night, kind of joking, but kind of serious. I really hope Big Dom made a phone call and somebody took out that positivity bunny because I'm dead serious. Imagine walking back into that building.
Right.
After losing that game.
No.
After now losing 3 straight games.
They don't walk in after the game.
All right, then
like
Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever they go in to that building, if I saw that bunny, maybe it would be a good thing to keep it up there.
Why, somebody will kill it?
That might be the most heart this team shows.
I would
other than the defense, because they're tremendous.
Well, the defense is tremendous.
Like, I love you, defense. I love you, Vic Fangio.
Thank you.
I love you, Jalen Phillips. I love you, Jalen Hunt. I love you, Cooper DeJean. I love you, Quinyon Mitchell. I love every member of the Eagles defense
Can
today.
I leave Ajomo off that list today, though? Please? I didn't think that was his greatest night.
All right.
And he set them back. And he set them back a couple times critically when they needed it to.
If we did the top 50 list of blame, he's at 20.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. It was a bad night. But the one thing that I just can't. I can't with this too. Is I wonder, are the leaders of this team, the veterans on this team, are they just not listened to at all? Are they ineffective in getting their message out to everybody else on this team? Do they have no effect on what's going on? Because it's clearly apparent that the head coach, when this team gets into a death spiral, when the car starts, there's a thing when it's icy out, and the car starts to slide. Most people yank the wheel, which is not what you do. You turn the wheel in the direction that you're sliding. You do not yank the wheel. You do not try to yank the car out of it. But most people panic. Nick Sirianni is a wheel yanker. He is not the guy who leans into it. He doesn't know how to fix the slide. He never fixes a slide. I wonder if the veterans in the room, though, know how to fix a slide. There's a lot of guys in that room because I got to tell you this: Jordan Mailata's not had a good year.
No, he's been
and last night I saw him play poorly.
Right, but I don't know what that in the middle of the week will do. I mean, he's been bad all season long.
But he's had all year to help get this thing fixed. Where's that? Like, that's leadership too. That's leadership too from the veterans. Why is that not happening? Why are the guys that we consider to be the brand name leaders in the room, why are they not getting this thing fixed?
I don't know. I think they're spiraling, right? Like, I think that's what it is. And we saw it in 2023. It took that one moment, right? That one moment where we all kind of ignored the flaws or the issues with the team, and then you saw it happen.
What do you think the one moment was?
Well, the second half of the Cowboys, because you saw the offense not being able to put away a team. You saw it come to life. You saw it come to life against the Chicago Bears, when despite the Bears running all over you, it was 10-9 going into the fourth quarter, but you could not sustain drives. Yesterday, same thing happens. You have the ball. You have control of the clock in the fourth quarter. And yet, instead of even trying to run the football, you're throwing the ball, incomplete passes, and giving life to the Los Angeles Chargers. And again, that's a million things. That's the decisions by the head coach, by the offensive coordinator, by Jalen Hurts, the bad play, whatever. But I've been seeing this since the Cowboys game. The Dallas Cowboys made an adjustment in the second half. The Eagles could not adjust back, and that's kind of been the story since then.
Okay, I'll give you that. The one thing I will say absolutely is that you said, like, the Eagles had control of the clock in the second half, like at the end of that game. And there's one thing, and we're going to talk about it in the course of the day today, is that there were so many coaching decisions last night by Nick Sirianni that were so poor. And one of them last night has now been pointed out by 3 ex-NFL quarterbacks and many ex-NFL analysts. But I'm going to more talk about what Dan Orlovsky said, what Troy Aikman said, and everything is the constant in shotgun is an offensive coordinator who is inexperienced. It is easy to design plays, and Dan Orlovsky will say it. It's easy to design plays from shotgun. That's I'm football 101. It's easier for me to draw up plays where I put my quarterback in shotgun. It's more complex for me to draw up plays with the quarterback under center. And the Eagles constantly have their quarterback in shotgun all night long. That is play design. And this team right now, man.
Well, good thing was this was the week that Nick Sirianni was more involved with the play design and the offensive design.
That's great.
So it's now 12 of 13 weeks where the offense was a problem. Despite their 8-5 record, because they're still above 500, 12 of 13 games, the offense has been a problem for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Our question last week, if whether or not
we're bringing it back again.
The dream to repeat was still alive in your mind. I said it was dead last week. If you did not believe that it was dead last week, curious where you're at today, you can climb in at 610-632-0975. You can just react to the game itself. Rip Jalen Hurts, rip A.J. Brown, Mr. Butterfingers, rip anybody. I don't care who you want to rip today. Rip the bunny.
No, AJ's this today. It's alligator arms. It's alligator arms.
No, I didn't think it was alligator arms. I think it was just drops.
Whoa, alligator arms. It's all right to AJ. It is okay to extend your body for a ball. There were two plays last night.
I saw drops.
There were 2 plays last night that if he extends his body for a ball, if he lunges out, if he extends his body, if he puts out the max effort, he has a chance to catch a ball. Absolutely abysmal effort from the guy who yaps.
I said this before the Bears game. I'm going to say it the remainder of the season, except for Sunday, because the Raiders were that bad. The Eagles do not deserve the respect to be favorites in any game. They might be.
Okay, the Commanders games?
Vegas will put them there.
The Commanders games?
But I'm not putting my money on the Eagles. I'm done.
No, I understand that, but they don't deserve to be favorites against the Commanders.
Fine.
You're overreacting.
Fine. All right, John. I will overreact because they suck.
Well, you're overreacting if you say they don't deserve to be favorites.
It's an overreaction Tuesday. It's an overreaction month.
You got enough things you could complain about without overreacting with nonsense. That's nonsense.
I'm going to pick the Raiders on Friday. Am I overreacting?
Yes.
The Eagles.
Yes.
The Eagles suck. Period.
How about this? I'll cover whatever bet you have, Connor.
Coming up next, hear from Jalen Hurts, who tries to dance out of another question. A question that's been asked for years. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic. not all right. The Eagles have not been all right for weeks now. And there were a lot of flaws that we ignored. A lot of them. Hell, even before the Lions and Packers games, right? That Broncos loss followed by the Giants loss we thought was that moment to sort of wake things up. And they did bounce back, right? They won the next 2 games. And you're going, all right, maybe that was the wake-up moment for this team that they're not just going to go in there and win every single week because of the defending Super Bowl champions and because of the talent that they have. They got embarrassed against the Giants that Thursday night. They come back. They win the next 2 games. They go to the bye week. Then the offense looks worse. And I get it. If I just say to you at the surface, they went into Lambeau and beat the Packers and then came home and beat the Lions. Surface level, that sounds fantastic. But then when you know the context of the game and the defense did everything in the world to win those games for you, and the offense was putrid in both of them, you had to really think, all right, could the defense continue to do this every single week be the reason why you win the football game? Dallas, you had a 21-point lead. The offense could not sustain drives. The Cowboys come back in it. The Bears, the Eagles did everything to keep you in that football game, the Eagles defense. 10 points going into the fourth quarter. Yet you only had 9, and you lost. And then yesterday, once again, the Eagles defense, all those turnovers that they forced, 7 sacks on Justin Herbert.
7. By the way, most in his career.
7.
Most in his career.
And yet you put up 3 points in the first quarter, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and then you scored a whopping 10 in the fourth quarter, which was enough to go to overtime.
By the way, it helped some of their fourth quarter point differential.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So I'm sure that Nick Sirianni will be beating his chest about that one. He'll be like, look at our fourth quarter. Yeah, we were playing hard, which is really great.
The shame of it all is we're realizing that the pedigree is like it's dead, right? Like that, to me, that's dead. I don't know about you yet. I don't know if you're there yet. The Eagles, Bears, very similar teams. Bears beat you. Eagles, Chargers, very similar team. The only big difference was, the Eagles were defending Super Bowl champions. And look, they deserve that respect. But clearly this team is not that team.
Well, the one thing I'm going to tell you is last night is that I really, truly believe, and I hate to do this because I think it sounds very sports talk radio-ish. The quarterback lost that game last night.
No, he was horrible. 4 interceptions.
But he lost that game last night. Now, look, A.J. Brown, whether you want to call it just dropsies, because it was dropsies, alligator arms. By the way, Devontae Smith doesn't avoid that either. Devontae Smith was some dropsies last night, too. And so he had the dropsies also. There were drops last night. But, Jalen Hurts was terrible last night.
Yeah,
it was the worst. If you have snow on the roof like I do, and you can think of a worse quarterbacking performance by an Eagles team with a winning record. So don't talk about a terrible Eagles team that was like a 3 or 4 win team.
Right.
That Eagles team last night, that was the worst singular performance. And I truly believe they lost that game last night because of Jalen Hurts. One of those turnovers gets taken away. They win that game. One of them.
I saw this in Reuben Frank's observations article.
I was afraid to read it.
The Eagles had
I was afraid to read it.
The Eagles had drives that started on the 12, 17, 21, 23, 26, 30, and 36-yard lines in Chargers territory. They did not score a touchdown any of those.
That is, what was that again? Where did they start again?
Sorry, they got to. My bad.
Okay,
got to the 12-yard line, 17-yard line, 21-yard line, 23-yard line, 26-yard line, 30, 36, and they not score a touchdown on any of those drives where they got the ball that far.
Okay, that's so freaking terrible. And
365 total yards, 19 points.
It was, and I love, if you don't follow him, I think he's one of the best follows in football. As far as if you are somebody who does enjoy the analytics without analytics being nerd boy analytics,
right.
But just telling you, Warren Sharp is fantastic. And Warren Sharp last night, you heard Dan Orlovsky saying it over and over again. You heard Troy Aikman saying it over and over again last night. Why is Jalen Hurts in shotgun over and over and over again? He was in shotgun for 51 plays last night. He was under center for 15. So literally 80% of the time he's in shotgun. They averaged 4.2 yards a play in shotgun, 10.2 yards a play under center. They averaged 5.2 yards a pass in shotgun, 16 yards a pass under center.
What did Vic Fangio say last week leading up to this game? It's harder
to prepare.
Defend teams that run pass plays out from under center. He said that about the Chargers that they just lost to yesterday.
They threw 4 interceptions out of shotgun, 0 interceptions when Jalen Hurts is under center. But this is something that either Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo don't understand. They don't get it. They don't grasp it. They don't. They don't understand it, or they just reject it, and they believe they are the smartest men in the room.
Well, coming up next, you'll hear from Jalen Hurts. We have been wondering, hey, what's with the maybe reluctance to throw over the middle of the field? Well, they tried yesterday at times, and it got intercepted. Jalen Hurts has answered. I guess I'll say made me laugh. We'll see. I'll play that for you coming up next. Also, will anything change? Over the weekend, Nick Sirianni got more involved, Johnny. That worked out well.
Yeah, it really did.
Hear from Sirianni, who was once again asked last night if anything will change. It's Kincade and Salciunas on this Tuesday morning. Dream's dead. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
5 turnovers from Hurts. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles lost their 3rd straight game last night, coming up short in overtime against the Chargers, 22-19, the final in L.A. It was an ugly game from start to finish by the offense, but Jalen Hurts' 5 turnovers were the clear low light. He had 4 interceptions and a fumble, including 2 turnovers on the same play. Hurts talked after the game about his performance.
I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
There were other issues in the game as well, from rough play calling to drops to a missed kick by Jake Elliott, but however you assign the blame, the Eagles now sit at 8-5. They have a short week to prepare for a Sunday matchup with the Raiders, but it certainly feels like the collapse from 2023 could be back on. The Flyers are back in action tonight, hosting the San Jose Sharks. Puck drops at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And we continue to be on Schwarber Watch as baseball's winter meetings continue in Orlando. We'll keep you updated on the latest news on your Phillies. Amy Fadul joins us for the entire 9 o'clock hour. This update is brought to you by Supersure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Supersure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Supersure. Coming soon. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the Best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Got to witness history yesterday. 2 turnovers on the
What
same
kind of
play.
history? Yeah, wasn't that great?
An interception thrown by Jalen Hurts, the player that intercepted it then fumbled. Jalen Hurts recovered the fumble and then lost the fumble. Jalen Hurts turned the ball over twice on the same play, first time in NFL history. So
I seen. I didn't even realize that till you just said it.
Oh, I immediately tweeted, I need Elias Sports Bureau
Okay.
to do the research, and then boom, Elias and a bunch of other, historical accounts started tweeting out that's the first time ever a player turned the ball over twice on one play.
That sounds like a DNA thing.
It truly is. It truly is maddening.
You were saying that it's the worst performance you've ever seen in your lifetime.
Yes, from an Eagles quarterback. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe. Now, there have been bad quarterbacks who are far worse than Jalen Hurts.
I found one.
Okay, give me the game.
Reuben Frank wrote an article in 2020, the 10 worst quarterback performances in Eagles history.
Okay.
It was for a winning team.
Okay, which game was
it? It was not the 1980 Eagles, but the 1981 Eagles when they still went 10-6 that next year.
I remember the 81 Eagles.
The Eagles lost to the Cowboys 21-10. Jaws 11 for 32 for 140 yards, 0 touchdowns, 4 picks, a passer rating of 9. And that's in just 32 attempts. Jalen had 40 yesterday.
God, that's terrible.
Bottom line is, it was one of the worst performances that we've ever seen by a franchise quarterback, right? To your point, not a backup, not a bridge.
Not like somebody who's like a bum
franchise
name on
quarterback.
Yes.
And Jalen Hurts is that, and it was freaking dreadful yesterday. Now, there's been questions for years now. Why is he reluctant to throw over the middle of the field? Is it a him thing? Is it a Sirianni thing? Regardless of what you believe, here's Jalen Hurts trying to dance around the answer.
Too soon for me to answer. Honestly, too soon for me to answer. I want to watch the film. I feel like we had a lot of opportunities out there. I had a lot of opportunities out there to go out there and go up in the game, put points on the board, win the game. Ultimately, bearing everything that has happened or has unfolded throughout the game, it's me asking myself, how do I respond from it? How I respond to it, how do I improve, how do I work, how do I dig deeper and find a way to figure it out, and that's my mentality.
It may be too soon to answer for yesterday, but it's been a question that's been asked since college, right? Like
It's been since college.
This isn't like
No, this is not new.
2 years ago.
This was asked at Oklahoma,
right
before the college football playoff at Oklahoma.
Why was he reluctant to throw over the middle of the field?
This was asked when he was Nick Saban's quarterback. I remember doing shows in Georgia, getting ready for that national championship game, talking about that. I'm dumbfounded.
And look, clearly it has not been enough of an issue for them to not win games, right? They won the Super Bowl. They've been to 2. But
correct.
When defenses take things away, you have to be able to find other ways to get the ball downfield. It's why this year it was Jalen Hurts' season this year. I'm saying it since the summer. You knew that defenses were going to do whatever they could to take away Saquon Barkley, and Jalen needed to step up. And John, he has been average all season long, and he's not paid to be average.
But the last 2 weeks,
horrible.
Yeah, I mean, he has been so atrocious the last 2. But last night was so bad, and just to a level that I don't understand. And I never ever am a guy who'll come in here behind the microphone and say one player lost you the game. I really believe last night Jalen Hurts lost that game for his team.
And if Jake Elliott made a field goal in a dome.
I'm done with Jake Elliott because so many in this town. It's so funny is that so many in this town continue to there's a love affair with Jake Elliott because of what he once was. And they just continue to be like, well, Jake Elliott, you can't give up on Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott, you can. He's freaking costing this team.
You can give up on a kicker any
On a kicker. Yes,
like
give up on Jake Elliott. And guess what? That doesn't mean that you trash Jake Elliott for all the great things he's done as a member of the organization. But this team needs a kicker. This team needs a kicker. And by the way, teams move off kickers all the time. Yep. The easy stuff should be easy.
It was a controlled environment yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
No wind.
By the way, it was controlled in Dallas, too.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do it.
You're right.
He can't make the long kicks. He can't make sometimes the simple stuff.
All right. Today's a day where, look, it's not just us. All right. I know you guys are feeling it, too. So chime in, 610-632-0975. Overall reaction day. But also, last week, The question was,
Yes.
do you believe the dream is dead for the Eagles to repeat as Super Bowl champions? Has your percentage dropped? You were at 20.
Oh, yes. Yes.
What's your off the top percentage?
I'll put it at 10 this week.
All right, because I've been at 0. Now I'm at -10.
I'll put it at 10, and I'll put it at 10. And my wife said last night before, because she was reading a book upstairs, she wouldn't watch it. I was down the Kincade watching, and she said, "You're very calm." When I went to bed, she goes, "You seem very calm." I said, "I think they killed something at midnight." And that's sort of how I feel today.
Yeah, that's what that was the Bears game for me. So
yeah,
I'm
a little delayed. Yeah, I
feel the Bears game.
I feel like they killed something in me.
Yeah.
That there's just that, and I really, when I hear the gobbledygook from Nick Sirianni and from Jalen Hurts after the game, the more of the Confucius talk and the double talk and the well, we got to watch the tape and everything instead of just giving us some real answers. It tells me that. They don't want to give us what the answers are.
Well, you'll hear Sirianni in like 2 minutes. Let's go to James.
Is that a threat?
I want James to kick us off here. James, you're on the Fanatic. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hi, James.
How y'all doing?
We've been better, James.
Man, let me tell y'all, okay? Just let me get it out, and then y'all can say
Go
what
for
y'all
it.
gotta
Floor's
say.
yours, James.
Okay. Let me get it out. Okay, one, you guys owe me an apology because I told y'all last year Jalen Hurts is trash truck water. Okay, y'all said, oh, no. And then when he beat Washington, y'all told me to call back in. I called
You mean
back
the
in.
year he won the Super Bowl, James? Get out of here.
Hold on, don't
Get out of here. Get out of here. No. I'm not going to hear about last year. They won the Super Bowl. He was Super Bowl MVP. You were wrong.
Great. I love him, right?
You were wrong. You were
what
wrong.
happened? It's the same thing this year. AJ
No, it's
Brown.
not.
AJ Brown, I hope you listen. AJ, don't you be texting no more. Don't you be going on podcasts. I don't want to see your little book crying, you little whiny brat, about, oh, I don't get the ball. You can't catch the ball. Homie, you can't catch that ball. That ball's 15 times your size. Okay? Oh, and Dickerson and Jernigan, I'm sorry, y'all got to go too. I'm sorry. Y'all asses is always hurt. Always hurt. Can't ever do nothing, always hurt. They got to go. And last but least, Sirianni, you got to go. Your homeboy got to go because Sirianni, if you was for this team, you would have been got rid of your homeboy. You would have been put somebody else in there. But no, you're more worried about saving his job than saving the team. That's all I really got to say. Y'all
there
have
you go,
to be
buddy.
You're the best, James.
I got to tell you that.
I disagree at the beginning, but
it's ridiculous.
Let him,
if you're going to try to
let
spike,
him go.
if you're going to try to spike now, if you're going to try to spike the football and say you were right last year about Jalen Hurts, you sound like I got to tell you, you sound like a dope on that one. But on every other point that he made, and more importantly, again,
well, I'm not trying to get rid of Jernigan's.
On
I'm not
Timmy's not here anymore.
by
I'm
the
not
way,
trying to get rid of Jurgens and Landon Dickerson.
Yeah, by the way,
they're banged up.
Landon
man.
Dickerson and Jurgens and all them playing their
you know what's
off while they are injured is pretty incredible. Now,
yeah,
Alligator,
and I think they're clearly injured.
Now, Alligator Arms, number 11, hopefully didn't go to his Instagram. I didn't see any philosophical posts last night.
No,
did you?
he can't after the
Any
drops
reels?
yesterday.
Any philosophical posts about how he's not being used or anything like that?
Nah, it's gone.
From the chatterbox.
Well, not Jeffrey Lurie put the kibosh on that.
Oh yeah. Well, now I'm sure he'll be whispering to Diana. I guess Diana Rossini probably got the text last
It
night.
was late. Will anything change? Here was Sirianni last night.
We'll drag ourselves through the mud on the plane ride home. Look forward to watching the tape, see what we need to fix, and then you don't have a lot of time to feel sorry for yourself. You got to have that same confidence, that same joy that you come in every single day. And I'm looking forward to getting back to work.
Are personnel responsibility changes on the table, or is the plan?
Yeah, we'll stay the course. We'll just keep grinding it out and get ourselves out of this little hole that we're in.
This little hole that they're in. Do you realize this is the same crap he says every week?
Did you remember me saying about 30 minutes ago that they're all Brandon Graham from 2 years ago?
No, well, you're absolutely right.
Brandon Graham 2 years ago. And I love BG, Forever Eagle, right? It's just a storm. We just got to get through it. Do you guys realize it's the exact same thing? Instead of 10-1, it was 8-2.
No, it was 9. It was 8-3. 8-3. They were 8-3. And now they're 8-5. I mean, now
right.
they're
No, what I'm saying is the
8-5.
only difference is the record, but it's the exact
Right.
three straight.
I get what
three
you're
straight
saying.
losses.
I get what you're saying.
A team may have exposed how to stop you. Dallas Cowboys, the odd man front, disguising pressures, zone coverage. Zone coverage is killing Jalen.
Jalen's lost.
And so it's just a little hole we got to get through. Just got to drag ourselves through the mud. That's exactly what they were saying 2 years ago.
Yeah, but here's what he said again, by the way. Remember I told you there were 7 games? Now there's 8. He said it again. oh, nobody's gonna we're gonna beat ourselves up on the plane ride home. We're gonna study everything. We're gonna look at it. And we're gonna tear this thing apart. We're gonna get all these things fixed. Nick, you don't fix a damn thing.
By the
ever.
way, that caller was our man Clutch on our YouTube chat. So thank you
Good
for
job,
going
Clutch.
from YouTube to the phone line. You can do that as well.
But he needs to rewatch last year. He's a little off.
All right, coming up next. You can't convince me that the Eagles didn't have a plan going into the game and then stuck with the plan regardless of how the game was going. I'll explain more next. You can't convince me otherwise. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. It's 41 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Dream's dead. They're not defending the Super Bowl. Like they're not going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. The dream is dead. Like
you can have that opinion.
The offense sucks.
It does.
It's weak. What now? 14 we're going into?
It's terrible.
We're going to week 14.
No, 15. That was week 14.
That was week 14. Thank you. We're about to go into week 15. And the Eagles don't have a plan.
It's
that works. That works, right? Like, they have plans. Sometimes plans aren't good ones. They have plans. They just don't work. And I don't believe for the life of me that a team can all of a sudden go, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to win. There's no more week 5 bye that's going to save the world like we had last year. And I love them for what they did last year. I love the 2024 Eagles. I hate the 2025 Eagles. Offense. The defense, once again, I love you. I love every member of that Eagles defense, and I have loved them, which is why I refuse to give them much crap for that Bears game. Because ultimately they kept them in it, Johnny.
Yeah, the Bears game.
I heard this week on Unfiltered. You know, I'm tired of giving the defense a pass.
A pass?
Dude,
for what?
They deserve free flash passes to Disney World. Like
a pass. The game was 10-9 in the fourth quarter.
It's horrible, man.
What do you like? Who gives a damn about yards? It was 10-9 against the Bears in the fourth quarter, and you're going to say you're giving the defense a pass? Last night, the defense had given up 13 points in the fourth quarter. What are you bitching about? What are you complaining about the defense? The defense was the only reason we had any reason to stay up last night.
Absolutely, because they once again kept them in the football.
Okay, I did not hear that, and I'm a big listener to Unfiltered. Yeah. That would have really pissed me off.
Well, I was against Kevin Petullo, if you said.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so
there you go.
The Eagles clearly have a plan going into a game, which you're supposed to, and then they stick with it, or what? I don't know. I don't know how to explain myself here. Just walk with me.
That they have no ability to on the fly adjust. That's what you're saying.
How going into the game? Remember, Hurts. This was the game they decided clearly we're going to throw the ball a lot. That's what I'm trying to get at here. We're going to throw the ball 40 times because they weren't trailing, right? Like big at any point. Correct? We all watched the same game.
Right.
Yeah.
He threw the ball 19 times in the first half and 21 times in the second half. So the plan was Jalen Hurts is going to throw the football in this game. He threw 4 interceptions in the game they decided to throw the ball a lot in. Saquon Barkley in the first half had 13 carries for 69 yards. It was the first game that we said, wow, they got something going here on the ground game. They did last week, but remember, the Bears had the ball for like 95% of the game. So Barkley had 13 touches in the first half for 69 yards. You guys know how many carries he had in the second half?
7.
Close. 5.
8. Oh, so I was going 8?
5.
Wow, that's incredible.
5 for 49. Now look, 52-yard touchdown run. So the other 4 carries weren't great, but they once again they went away from it.
And again, too, how about Saquon's best runs last night? Every single one of his best runs, if you say his biggest yard performers, what was the common denominator?
Outside.
Under center.
Both.
Jalen Hurts is under center. I mean, this is so simple. It's so simple to understand. Troy Aikman last night, I started to count it. My buddy Mark was over. So I'm starting to count, and I just started to take notes of how many times Troy Aikman referenced it. Like, man, they're in shotgun. And then Dan Orlovsky, he's like, man, they're in shotgun all the time.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious. They don't even realize, when Hurts is under center, Saquon is a much more successful runner. When Hurts is under center, Hurts is a much more successful passer. So what do? Let's go in shotgun 51 snaps in a game that they weren't trailing.
Right. It's not like they're down 2
It was a one-score
scores.
game.
Right.
It's like Kevin Petullo and Nick Sirianni have no freaking clue what they're doing. They have no clue what they're doing. It's the only thing I can assume because there are enough bright offensive minds that just look at it and go, what's going on here?
That doesn't excuse that Jalen Hurts was dreadful.
Jalen was dreadful last night. I think he lost the game for me. I think one player lost that game.
Here was Saquon Barkley outside his locker after the game.
Is it surprising that at this point in the season, you guys seem to still kind of be beating yourself and kind of not getting out of your own way?
Yeah, that one sting. We know we got to be better. We continue to beat ourselves and not doing the little things right, not focus on the details. Last year was last year, like we keep saying, and now we just got to we got to move on. We know this one's going to sting. We got a short week. One of my favorite coaches used to always tell me, so what, now what? And I think that's his mentality we got to take for this coming week.
That was the Little League coach, remember? So what, now what? That was Nick Sirianni's son's Little League coach that was saying that.
One of my favorite coaches.
I question, because I've heard the not focused on the details enough. When are we going to focus?
Yeah, I mean, like, at what point?
Is that just a thing that you throw out there, like, we're just not focused on the details enough? Or are you actually, like, saying that we're not focused on the details? Because my question is, when are you going to? You've played 13 games.
I'm going to tell you
You've sucked.
I'm going to tell you right now, if we told our boss, if Scott got on us about something and said, guys, I need you to focus on this because you're not doing this, and I'm asking you to do this, could you please concentrate on this? And we said, yeah, boss, we'll do it. And then the next week we had like our weekly meeting and everything, and he goes, guys, I listened all week and you didn't do it again. Well, no, we need to focus on it. We'll focus on it this week, and we didn't do it again. I swear to you, he'd ream our asses out.
Yes.
As I think your boss at your job would do.
Right. It's not just a sports talk radio thing. It's everywhere,
It's
baby.
obvious here that that's not happening.
No, it's not.
It's obvious.
Let's go to Chris in Philly. Chris, you're on the Fanatic. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Chris.
This team has no heart. The offense shows no emotion. No emotion whatsoever. He just goes on the bench after throwing the picks and just sits there. Other quarterbacks grabs the tablet, goes over, talks to the receivers. He don't do nothing.
Well, he had the tablet. He had that little blue tablet, the little blue iPad thing.
But he don't go over to the receivers or nothing.
No.
Maybe he was playing Fruit Ninja.
communication.
I don't know.
I think
it's just these teams want to knock off the Super Bowl champions. They want to do that. They want to say, "Hey, I beat them." The Eagles just think they could just go on to the game and just automatically going to win the game. That's what they say.
And that's Nick Sirianni's belief when it comes to the offense, Chris. And thanks for the call, man. We just need to get better at what we already do. That's what he said after the 22 season, leading to the collapse of 23.
But if this year is not last year, and we're not talking about last year, how can you have that mentality?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
he refused to acknowledge
if you say one thing, you can't have that attitude. If you say one thing, you can't do that. It's just obnoxious.
Coming up
God,
next,
it's obnoxious.
taking a couple calls. We'll get more. We'll get text messages as well. Connor said the text line. We could just, turn off our mics and just let the text.
Tons of texts, Connor?
Yeah.
Do you think you could read text for the rest of the show without us even chiming in? Do we have that
100%.
All right, keep them coming. 610-632-0975.
Could you read them cleanly?
Also, the Eagles could have tied the game to extend overtime. We could debate that all we want about what the right decision was to make. But what Sirianni said about it post-game is another moment that we realize things are predetermined for him and not the actual game in mind. It's when he's in his studies at the Wharton School of Business. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The tailspin continues. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles lost their third straight game last night, coming up short in overtime against the Chargers, 22-19, the final in L.A., and it was a bad game from start to finish by the offense. Jalen Hurts' 5 turnovers were the clear low light. He had 4 interceptions and a fumble, including 2 turnovers on the same play. Hurts talked after the game about the final interception that ended the overtime period.
I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes, film's point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make.
Well, I don't know what type of film is going to tell you that 5 turnovers is a way to win a football game. So the Eagles have some stuff to fix. And there were other issues outside of Hurts. Rough play calling, drops, a missed kick by Jake Elliott. But however you assign the blame, the Eagles are now sitting at 8-5. They have a short week to prepare for a Sunday matchup with the Las Vegas Raiders at the Link. Flyers are back in action tonight, hosting the San Jose Sharks. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And we continue to be on Schwarber Watch as baseball's winter meetings continue in Orlando. Amy Fadul joins us coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. This update is brought to you by Groundworks, your trained and certified experts for basement waterproofing and foundation repair since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the Best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
6:55 here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm going to say it again. I really hope that somebody called NovaCare and said, "Hey, can we make sure that Rabbit's not up when we get back?" The admins of teams of the Chargers had their way with it yesterday, with the positivity bunny tweets afterward.
Oh, Fox Sports did one with it. And good. Look, and they should, by the way.
It's embarrassing.
They should mock the Eagles with it. They should. The Eagles should get mocked.
Like positivity bunny. Like we really did this, and come on, it's they're having fun. Nobody's having fun.
No, but they should be mocked with it.
Yeah.
It's okay. And if they get mocked with it, look, it's what happened.
They deserve it.
Yeah,
Look, this offense deserves anything at this point, other than praise.
Boy, it's really bad.
All right, what did you guys make of going for it on 4th down in overtime?
Completely agree.
And it's funny. John texted us
Before the drive
before
the drive began, so that way we would have this conversation this
You
morning.
said what? Within the 40-yard.
Within a 40-yard field goal attempt, would you go for a field goal to tie it in overtime, or would you go for the win?
Connor said go for the win. I responded with tie because I trust that defense that much.
And I said I would also, I think, go for the tie. And my reasoning was I don't want the Buccaneers to catch us under any
Which
circumstance.
you allow them to, once again, still be in striking distance. And we are very big Kellen Moore New Orleans Saints fans for what they did to the Bucs last week.
Yes,
Now,
and thank God they did.
Now, here's the deal. So, regardless of what your beliefs are, right, we could debate that till we're blue. It's like the 2-point conversion thing all over again.
But by the way, I'm not in any way, just to be clear, there is zero critique from me on Nick Sirianni going.
No, I wasn't rolling my eyes.
Like,
I
I'm
wasn't
not,
angry.
No.
I trust the defense so much.
So do I.
That I would have kicked the field. I get it. Cameron Dicker could kick it from 60 yards and win it. But
well, we have a kicker that can't.
Right, but trust the defense for what? You had
stopping them again.
Stopping them again.
Sure, like they did all game.
How about like sacking the most sacks that he's
no?
ever
Maybe they
faced?
sack him an 8th time.
I understand, but playing for a tie as the defending Super Bowl champion is cowardly crap.
Yeah,
I'm going
but
to try and not say a bad word
losing
here.
3 straight games sucks.
But
that
at this
would be
point, you have to do. Connor, at this point, you've got to do something. You have to do something to stop the bleeding. Put the tourniquet on it, and it's better to get out of there without a loss.
No,
it is in the standings.
John,
it's better to
you're
get out
right.
without a loss.
But guess what? Screw that. Because all they've been trying to do is tourniquet this offense, whether it's conservative play calling or less turnovers or not doing this or not doing that. I'm done with tourniquets. Go out there and play like you're a good football team or get the hell off the field and end your damn season.
Here's the deal. They're not a good football team offensively. And so that's why I can't just expect the offense to convert on anything. First and 10 from the first play of the game, I can't.
Yeah, but guess what? They keep telling us they are. They keep telling us they can fix it.
Yeah.
So go out there and act like you believe that and try and win the game.
The thing is, though, is that by now, though, in your mindset, you have to say to yourself, I don't believe Nick Sirianni.
No, I don't either. But
okay, no, but that's what I mean. So at that point, you got to say, I don't believe them. I don't believe what they're saying to me anymore.
Just this Eagles team and what they have in the whole quote-unquote pedigree, you have to go for the win.
So here was Sirianni, and again, this is my problem. This goes back to last week with the 2-point conversion. I understand you have your beliefs, your mathematics, your studies. Remember, he said, in my studies.
In his studies.
I
don't trust his studies.
Neither do I. I don't trust my studies, so I'm not going to trust his. But this was Nick Sirianni explaining his decision in overtime yesterday.
You play to win. I won't get into exactly what. Obviously, I thought about all that as before overtime even started. Prepare yourself before so you don't do anything in the moment. But always going to play to win football games. There are situations, late in the season where you may play differently, but always was going to play to win. Like I said, though, I won't get into specifics there. Just don't think that's good for business.
I don't think anything you said makes sense. Like I don't care about it's the competitive advantage thing all over again. Like stop, just
stop it with that.
Nobody cares about your studies. Nobody's stealing your notebook. All right,
stop.
Nobody's stealing your notebook.
And more importantly, his studies. There's nobody studying Nick Sirianni.
Well, and
of all things, there's nobody studying his strategy. Nobody is studying him going, I want to, his strategic decisions are so next level.
To me, my problem with it is, once again, we were going to play to win. Like, it was a predetermined, this is what's happening. Just like last week with the 2-point conversion, regardless of how bad your offense was and how great that defense was, my studies tell me that in this situation, I go for it. And I feel like Nick Sirianni has a lot of, this is the sheet that we have, that we built in training camp, that if this is the situation, this is what we're going to do.
He ignores what's going on in that particular game at that particular
And the Eagles'
time.
offense had been bad all game.
I think this is a totally different scenario than the 2-point conversion. Like, I agree you guys had a strong point when we had that debate.
But it was another predetermined decision.
Yeah, but the thing is, the predetermined decision is his
the problem I have with
his discussion of it, to me, is what I take issue with. And I said, Connor, I am not ripping him for last night for that. I'm not ripping him for it. But that explanation, I'm absolutely ripping him for it, because it's like he did last week where I ripped him for it, where he goes, everything is under consideration. Oh, no, but we're not changing play caller. So in other words, Nick, no, not everything's under consideration. Just certain things are under consideration.
Yeah, but that's a different talking point. Like, all I'm saying is overtime, especially the second that you know that you're possessing the ball second, you have two potential outcomes, right? If they do not score a touchdown, which is what happened. They kick the field goal, and you know you can either tie the game or you can go for the win, and you make that decision beforehand. There's only so many outcomes because of the style of how the overtime rules work. So if he decides before that, hey, we want to win this game, tie isn't good enough for us, we need this W, I don't have any issue with that at all. That's not the same as the 2-point conversion.
I just don't like the predetermined.
His explanation, though, again, I have no problem with what you're saying. His last night's strategy, if he says that. But then when he explains the strategy, it doesn't make sense because of the fact that he just says, when everything's predetermined, in other words, you're saying, I go into situations in life where I've made up my mind and I don't take into any of the data I'm presented with at the time doesn't matter. And any CEO, any general in the Army, any baseball manager would tell you that if you do that, you're stupid. That's not the way you live your life. You don't go in with predetermined decisions made, and then we're going to ignore everything going on that day and say, well, in this situation, we always do this. It's a dumb way to live your life.
Right, let's hear from the people. As you're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, WPN, HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, AP Easley Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. I see Philly 215 J Philly on our YouTube chat. I don't want to hear no more Jalenites. Y'all are extinct. Let's go to Aiden in Northeast Philly. What's up, Aiden?
Hey, can you hear me?
We got you, Aiden.
So I have been a fan all my life, and after the collapse of 2023, it has mentally prepared me for a lot of disappointment to follow. Obviously, being an Eagles fan for the rest of my life, but I have never been more disappointed in the way that I saw that offense play yesterday. I kind of figured, with Kevin Petullo's house getting egged, that might have woke him up a little bit, but I don't think that was the case.
Yeah, but here's the deal, Aiden. I'll be honest, Aiden. Like I'm not thrilled with Petullo, and I'm not thrilled with Sirianni. They come second and third. Jalen Hurts was the number one. Jalen Hurts is the number one reason why they lost that football game.
He's the reason.
I 100% agree.
He's the one, but again, you also have a guy though. Jalen Hurts did not make the decision last night to have them be out of shotgun 51 snaps.
Sure,
that's Kevin Petullo. No. That's Nick Sirianni. That's Kevin Petullo. If you listen to Nick Sirianni, that's Kevin Petullo.
Well, up until this week.
So that's Kevin Petullo with a little dose of Sirianni. That's just stupidity. It's sheer stupidity.
Sirianni said it himself. He's having Kevin Petullo call majority of the plays. It is not Jalen Hurts' job to be in shotgun 51 times. That is the offensive coordinator. His job as the quarterback is to call those audibles when he sees them and to exploit the defense when necessary. That's not his job to be in a formation 51 times.
Right. Well, and the other thing, Aiden, appreciate the call, man. It was talked about again yesterday that they're not getting to the line quick enough.
And oh my gosh.
That is play call. Look, Jalen Hurts threw the interceptions, right? Like, not Kevin Petullo, but not having the speed to get the call in. And again, that's the art. That's what we've talked about since they promoted him as offensive coordinator. It's what Nick Foles, if you don't want to listen to us, it's what Nick Foles said a couple weeks ago. There is an art to having 2-3 plays ahead when you're making a play call so that the quarterback can have time to read the defense. Now, ultimately, the Hurts threw the interception. So
Well,
I'm not going to excuse all of them.
There is one thing I will say. Well, there is one. I am going to excuse one. One of those interceptions is on A.J. Brown.
Yes.
So,
I mean,
seriously, out. That's good. One's on A.J. Brown.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that Troy Aikman didn't make any qualms
AJ admitted to it.
Any qualms
Believe
about
it or not. Let's go to Matt in West Texas. What's up, Matt?
Hey, how y'all doing this morning? I got a real positive take, actually, about last night.
Okay, you got a positive take. My God. The defense was good. That's got to be it.
Yeah, here you go. Well, first off, last night making me actually miss this guy named Carson Wentz, and I have to tell you, for the first time, this is the first time in our history we're going to be able to bench Jalen Hurts, bring in our next Nick Foles, Tanner McKee. What do you think?
They're not going to be doing that.
Yeah,
they're not doing that. But I definitely.
Why not?
I can understand because they're not going to do it.
They're not going to.
Because they're going to again. What do you understand as far as
how much worse could it be?
Oh well,
the guy's passer rating would have been higher if he spiked it every time.
I can tell you this: getting this head coach to admit mistakes. You're not getting him to admit mistakes, and so he's never going to even bench a guy for a series.
But starting Jalen Hurts over Tanner McKee is not a mistake. It's just
no. Even for at some point, there are coaches in the NFL, great coaches, that would have said to a quarterback, "Let's sit down for a second for a series, and put in their backup for a series."
I thought it was going to happen yesterday.
I actually thought it could have happened too.
I wrote it down. I was going to save it for later in the show.
Where?
Oh no!
What
toward
point?
the end of the first half, after like the third turnover, or maybe the double turnover, the historic turnover.
I thought it would have been a good time to just maybe have one series to just breathe.
I thought if the third quarter continued to look the way that it did, they would have taken him out of the game. But it didn't. The offense did move the ball in the second half. They just couldn't complete drives.
You can't. No, Tanner McKee, you cannot start Tanner.
No, it's not going to happen.
No.
All right.
You're going down with the Jalen Hurts ship.
Yeah. You want to send a bad message to the team?
That'll really do it.
Oh, boy. Look, I understand the thought process. Hand raise.
Yeah, we're not ripping your feeling.
No,
it's your desire.
Look, part of it's political too. Like if you do that, then all of a sudden you're splitting the locker room. You don't want
correct.
That. Coming up next. I said yesterday was a must-win game, Johnny, for the mindset of the team. Before we talk about that, because a lot of you called me an idiot, they lost. What does it mean now in terms of playoff seeding? We'll focus on the playoffs before the vibes and the positive bunnies. We'll update you on the NFC playoff picture, more of your calls, and we'll get to the text line as well. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5. It is 7:13 on this Tuesday morning where we are in it together. We appreciate everybody that's called in already. It's been a busy day on the phone line, so you can continue to climb in 610-632-0975. Obviously, overall reaction to the third straight loss for the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. We asked a question last week. I'll ask it again. Do you believe the dream to repeat as Super Bowl champions is dead? I thought it died Friday night, Black Friday. I thought it died that night. Johnny was at 20%. You're down to 10.
I'm down to 10. But believe me, I'm bleeding.
You're still there.
Look. I'm bleeding out. And again, my wife said to me last night as I'm going to bed, she goes, you seem very calm. And I went, I think they killed something in me tonight.
Yeah, and that was how I felt Friday. When I watched that game and just continued to see them not do anything against a bad Bears defense, I said, all right, they're not going to win it. The offense sucks, and it's not going to get better. If this was week 4, right, we'd be like, all right, maybe they just need to find something. They always talk about needing to find their identity. Here's the problem. It's December 9th. Last week, when Jalen Hurts, after the Bears game, said we still need to find our identity, that was like the moment for me, right? Not just the game being as bad as it was. When Jalen Hurts is saying in December that we need to find our identity, I'm like, this it's done, because you don't know yet, or you haven't figured it out. Here, let me tell you, you don't have one. That means you're going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to lose.
You're going to lose. Gentleman says to me on just one on Twitter, Madadden says to me, blah, blah, blah. Don't deflect to AJ. He played really good. One real drop.
Yeah, he
had 3 drops.
Statistically.
And I said,
3.
One real drop? I said, you must have napped.
And by the way, one of those drops led to an interception.
Correct. One led to an interception, and one was the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, no, he was
Instead of them having to kick a field goal, it was the game-winning touchdown.
He probably has him on his fantasy team. He had 6 catches, 100 yards. If you're a PPR league, that's 16 points.
So A.J. Brown, I didn't see any philosophical, any subtext put out there last night on Instagram, anything out there, taking shots at people subliminally out there. A.J. maybe walked by a mirror and went, oh, maybe tonight I need to just zip it.
Sad thing is, Saquon Barkley had 20 carries for 122 yards. He only had 5 carries in the second half.
Incredible.
In a close football game.
Incredible.
Give us a text message, Connor, because I don't want to ignore the text line.
Stephen Wilmington, North Carolina, says, we're done, period. Mr. Throw it in my direction, I'll catch it, couldn't catch it. Elliott missing an under 50-yard field goal. Sirianni and Patullo have no clue what they're doing. Can you say 2023?
Yeah, I've been saying it for a month. It's a shame, but
No, you did. You brought it up.
The offense has been so bad, even in those wins against the Lions and Packers, but they win. But the stats don't win Super Bowls or whatever. That was one guy that said something to me. I'm like, yeah, but the defense wins championships can only go so far. Like, they're going to be playing other playoff teams. Those playoff teams you're not going to keep to 10 points every single night. They did a great job against the Packers and the Lions, where somehow in back-to-back weeks they allowed a total of 16 points.
Well, that's what I'm going to say to you is that yes, they can. The defense can keep those kind of teams to like 20, 19, 22.
Can the Eagles score 20?
That's the question. And that's the question. And right now, there's no reason to believe with any kind of confidence that they can.
Let's update it. The Eagles have not scored at least 22 points since October 26th. It is December 9th, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. October 26th. All right, what did it mean for the playoffs yesterday? So the Eagles are still the 3 seed.
Yes.
But as we talked about yesterday, it's the magical dream of the 1 seed.
The 1 seed's dead.
Yeah,
no, the 1 seed is dead. So having all the home path to the Super Bowl is dead without some sort of a miracle.
Right.
But I don't believe having 2 playoff games at home is dead. Because here's what I'm just going to say to you is there's going to be I think the 2 seed is on life support. The 2 seed dreams on life support.
Brother, the 2 seed is in the afterlife already.
No, it's not in the afterlife, but it's on life support. And so there's a chance, though, the 2 seed gets beaten. Like this year's team, the 2 seed playing the 7 seed. Like right now, if the 2 seed was playing, Packers would play the Bears.
I could say there's a chance the 3 seed gets beaten by the 6 seed.
No,
at
it
this
could
point.
be. No, it really could happen. No, that could. But what I'm saying to you is that the 2 seed could easily lose to the 7 seed this year. The 3 seed could lose to the 6 seed. The 4 seed could lose to the 5 seed.
Sure.
So there's always a chance there. But right now, you're 1.5 games up on the Buccaneers. What you really need to happen is on the Buccaneers, by the way, and you don't hold the tiebreaker with the Panthers. What you need to do is you need to make sure that the Panthers and the Bucs split those 2 games in their last 4. They got to split. Yeah. And then the 3 seed is most likely going to be yours. But who the hell knows? But if you get the 4 seed right now, the Seahawks will smoke this team.
Oh, yeah.
The Seahawks would come into Philadelphia and smoke this team. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to sweat out. I don't know why I would be so confident on Sunday, but I'm going to sweat out both Commanders games. Like just wondering, can the Commanders dial one up?
Yeah, they could.
Can they dial one up?
The Eagles do not.
Because I'm already in my head writing off the Buffalo.
The Eagles do not earn the respect of, hey, if they win out or if they do this. You know what's the sad thing about the playoff picture? And look, we need things to go away of the Eagles. We're leading with, we need this to happen to the Packers.
Right.
We need this to happen to the Bucs. We need this to happen to the Panthers. Instead of just saying, well, the Eagles are going to win games. That's how lack of confidence we have in them that we can't just say, yeah, well, you know what? The Eagles are just going to win football games and solidify their 3 seed or solidify their chances of getting back into the 2 seed conversation. No, we're leading with what the other teams will not do or hope that they don't do.
Exactly.
That's what freaking sucks.
We're sitting now doing mental gymnastics.
We're backing our way into the playoffs.
We're doing mental gymnastics.
All right, coming up next. We went from whether last night was a must-win game for mathematics. Obviously, it wasn't. But for the mindset of the team, a lot of you pushed back on it yesterday. Do you truly think they overcome this? We'll talk more about what I was trying to say yesterday. We'll get some reaction to it. And, of course, is the dream still alive to repeat? It's over, Johnny. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about that FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. Probably wouldn't do one with the Birds anytime soon. But, of course, there's always basketball. From points, rebounds, to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players that you love the way you want. Tyrese Maxey's always pretty much a safe bet at this point. Take a look at his over, even if you want to bring it down a little bit to like a plus 30.9 instead of his actual over-unders. Look at his assists. Look at his rebounds. It is the Philadelphia Tyrese Maxey's right now. Head to FanDuel.com/Fanatic. That's FanDuel.com/Fanatic to sign up today. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. You got to be 21 plus, President of Pennsylvania, first online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-trouble bonus bets that expire 7 days at the receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Hurts collapses against the Chargers. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles lost their 3rd straight last night, coming up short in overtime against the Chargers. A 22-19 final score, and it was an ugly game from start to finish by the offense. Jalen Hurts, 5 turnovers in the contest. He had 4 interceptions and a fumble, including a play with 2 turnovers in one play. Hurts talked after the game about his performance.
I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
It was clearly one of the worst games of his Eagles career, but there were other issues in the games as well. Rough play calling, drops, a missed kick by Jake Elliott. However you want to point the finger, the Eagles now sit at 8-5, and I know which finger some folks in Philadelphia are pointing today. They have a short week to prepare for a Sunday matchup with the Las Vegas Raiders. The Flyers are back in action tonight hosting the San Jose Sharks. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live here on The Fanatic, and we continue to be on Schwarber Watch as baseball's winter meetings continue in Orlando. Amy Fadul will join us for the entire 9 o'clock hour. This update is brought to you by SuperSure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It is 7:27 here on Kincade Salciunas 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. So we did this yesterday. We did one an hour. It's the Wawa Days, Johnny. So tell us a little bit about Happy Wawa Days.
I had to go to the Wawa this morning. I had to check out my Wawa in Malvern this morning. Me and the guys doing landscaping, getting their stuff this morning.
You're working just as hard as I am.
Me and the truckers. There were 2 truckers in there this morning, and they looked very rugged, just like me. They're very rugged guys, and they were in the Wawa grabbing their stuff. And I looked over there and there is all these gift cards everywhere. So really, if you're just thinking of people that you got to grab some stuff for, maybe a school teacher, maybe a babysitter, things like that, just grab them at Wawa.
I still remember when my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, one of the first year I met him, he gave me like a $20 gift card to Wawa. I was a teenager, right? So I was like, sure, you can marry my sister. Like, that gift card was the yes.
Damn, bro.
You can,
$20?
Yeah, oh, dude, yeah. I'm easy. Anyways, 8 o'clock hour. Instead of doing it 1 in the 7, 1 in the 8, 1 in the 9, we're going to ask you to listen to the 8 o'clock hour. We'll have a lot of stuff in store for you after yesterday's loss for the Eagles to the Chargers. But we'll give away our second $50 gift card to Wawa of the week. Same thing. You'll give an order. I'll give an order. Connor will give an order.
Right.
But just in the 8 o'clock hour.
And it's going to be a call-in today. You're going to call in. And we're going to tell you, we'll tell you when to call in to get it. So it's not just going to be as soon as the last order goes in, call in that second. We'll tell you then when to call in to win it. So it'll be all right. It'll be a good time.
Speaking of call-ins, we'll get to some
$50
calls
too.
here. But remember, yesterday, I was saying it was a must-win game. Not because of the mathematics of the playoffs, right? Look, they should still win the division. But not necessarily for the mathematics of the playoffs, but for the psyche of the team, right? We always talk about how winning is the best medicine, winning is the best deodorant. It may not have taken away the complete stank of this team offensively, but at least a win sort of changes the way we are talking about the team for a day, right? We'll complain about the offense, but we'll say at least they went out there and won. At least we're not talking about a third straight loss. And I got a lot of pushback for it, and I understand, because people don't want to hear it sometimes that the team might stink. The Eagles' offense stinks.
Oh, it stinks.
And another week of the offense being the reason why they lost will continue to add concerns and a poor mindset inside that locker room. And I can't blame anyone, right? Like, if you're on defense, if you're a player on defense, you're on the plane yesterday. Oh, my God, what more do we have to do? And at some point, the defense, I'm not going to say crumble to the point where they're going to be allowing 30 points a week, but at some point, the 2-point conversion against the Bears, you saw the sideline like, because they know that they did everything they could to try to win that football game, and the offense was not doing them any favors. So, again, yesterday was a must-win game for the psyche of this football team. They lost, and it's going to be another weird week. And we'll see if the bunny is still standing at some point today.
I will tell you that
Connor believes the bunny will still be there.
Connor thinks the bunny's going to be there. I'm going to tell you that when the media enters that locker room, the bunny will not be there.
It makes too much sense to remove the bunny.
Who posts the photo first? Zach Berman?
I don't know. But I've learned something with this team. The second you think that they have a 3-foot putt in front of them where everyone agrees it's the right decision, they're going to do the opposite.
That is interesting. That is and you know what, Connor? That is a great theory. And being aware of what's going on around them is not their strength. So you might be right there.
We solved this against Chicago. This is done. They're dead.
I'll tell you though, having been embedded with teams before, where I've traveled with teams, where I've traveled on team charters with them and everything, I can imagine last night's team charter was not, and they're in the air. They probably haven't landed yet. They're probably just getting ready to land, considering it's an LA flight. That was probably a really uncomfortable flight, because sometimes after games like that, it's uncomfortable.
They have Wi-Fi on those planes, right?
Oh yeah. There's an uncomfortable silence.
D-lines texting each other. Yo, bro. Yo, good game, bro.
There's uncomfortable silence. People don't want to, if there's any kind of laughter.
Oh, yeah.
If there's any kind of laughter, you get people looking back. You don't want to, seriously, you don't want to break wind. You don't want to even burp on one of those flights.
Maybe Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean have like a 2024 rookie group thread. Group chat, and they're like,
because I'm telling you, it's
bro.
It'll be quiet.
Go get between you and me. You played your ass off, man. I don't want to say it out loud.
By the way,
but you had a hell of a game.
Coop. I thought 2 of the last 3 games he was a little below his standard.
Yeah, no, he was great yesterday. He locked down
night.
McConkey.
He was great last night, and
not easy.
And my daughter was she's out on a business trip in Utah. She was watching the Monsters Inc. game because that's what they had on at the hotel, thing. She's watching the Monsters Inc. game, and she said that I guess the one character
Sully
was Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, whoever
Cooper
makes
DeJean
the play, it's Sully.
Was Sully, and so she goes that Cooper was getting really a star last night.
By the way, I want to bring this up. I just want to ask this question. All right, and maybe immediate texts. Right,
okay,
however we want to do it, because I'm not going to. There's so much to talk about. Our YouTube chat is
buzzing,
screaming for Tanner McKee right now.
Come on, you can't do that.
Well,
I'm not telling them they're stupid. I'm not telling them that they're not. First of all, they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it. But I
understand the emotion of it.
How many people have reached that point?
We've gotten double-digit Tanner McKee texts already.
Give us a couple, and then I want to get to a call here. But give us a couple.
We have some that literally just say Tanner McKee.
I see our YouTube chat. It's like Tanner.
We have one that just says, "Give me Tanner McKee." Hang on, I got to filter through these because we have 70 texts right now. But we have a lot of people that are done with Jalen Hurts.
All right, let's go to Michael in Yardley. What's up, Coach Mike?
Oh, my gosh, guys. I would say good morning, but it hasn't been a good morning. It wasn't a good night. And, John, I actually had the same response last night. My wife looked at me and she said, you don't seem as mad as you were just 20 minutes ago. I said, no, I'm done. It's when you have an indifference to your team, that's worse than being mad at your team. And I just wanted to pose this question really quickly. What does Jalen Hurts do well on the football field? Now, I know people who are Jalen Hurts defenders are going to say he's a good leader, he's a good motivator, he wins. But what specifically, if we're talking about football, does he do well on the field?
Up until yesterday, he is very careful with the football, and he does not turn the ball over. And when you have a team that is clicking like 2024 and like 2022, and they can just win the one-on-one battles, he just needs to get the ball in the right place. They are not clicking. Everybody has lost a step because of all the games played, and so now Jalen Hurts has to be the guy, and he's not played up to that this year.
Of course. Don't you think it's a little bit of an indictment on a player that people call great, that the best thing that you can point towards is they take care of the ball?
But, Coach, I don't think, though, a lot of people, at least doing this show, I don't think a lot of people refer to him as great. I really don't. I mean, not doing this job.
I think he
doing
does
this
a lot
job
of
every
things
day.
well.
Right.
I don't think he's elite at anything.
And I don't think leadership, by the way. I don't. I honestly, I don't even hear people who cover the team that refer to him as a great leader. So I don't get that.
So what? So I'm talking to one of my buddies, and I could call him a current NFL quarterback, even though he's not starting.
Okay.
He did start a couple games. You know him as Joe Flacco, right? That was my quarterback back in the Blue Hen days.
Yep. Sure.
He's telling me the middle of the field is wide open. Why didn't Jalen throw the post? Things like this, that any quarterback would see, would understand, would try to do. Simple things, they're not happening. So if you're someone on the offense and you're watching film and you're looking at what everyone else is looking at, and you're probably saying, we practiced against this look in practice. We saw what they were doing pre-snap. It was probably going to be this look. The ball was supposed to be here. Why didn't it go there?
And last week, and thanks for the call, brother.
I didn't know that he was an ass-kicking chicken.
Yeah, no, he's blue. We talked to him about it once.
No, I didn't know that.
He played tight ends. He was with Flacco back in the day.
I didn't know he was an ass-kicking chicken. That's great.
And now he's a tremendous physical, a trainer.
Tremendous.
Trainer.
That is tremendous.
But last week, those Goddard passes that wide open over the middle of the field, you're going, all right, why is he reluctant to sometimes even look that way, it seems? And so yesterday, there were plays over the middle of the field, and that's why before anyone says Patullo or Sirianni today, Yeah, look, I hate the offense. Jalen Hurts was the problem yesterday. 4 interceptions.
He was atrocious.
And the historic
yesterday.
double turnover play. History. We watched
now
history.
that is incredible to me that ever happened. I can't believe that happened.
We witnessed history yesterday.
He got that ball back, and I said, "Oh, thank God! Oh my
and then
gosh!"
He fumbled it.
I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Only laugh.
How did that happen? And it is. It's like it's you laugh until you cry.
Coming up next,
little Audrey. As there's a Jamaican saying, and my father-in-law used to say it to my wife. Little Audrey laughed and laughed until one day she died. It's a terrible. There it is. Guess what? I'm done laughing. Enough laughing. It hasn't been fun.
Coming up next, can they still turn this around? One ESPN analyst says yes.
Oh, boy.
I will respond with
boy.
the opposite answer.
Oh, boy.
It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right. You know, it's one thing for, I'm not trying to say radio hosts and caller and texters beneath like a reporter, right? But, we are emotional. We are fans. We just have microphones in front of you. Our YouTube chat, our fans, they have a keyboard in front.
And they have great
callers,
great
right?
energy this morning, and the texters and the texters from what Connor's saying.
So from over the course of the season, there have been reporters that have almost denied the 2023 feelings, right? Trust us, we're in the locker room. We don't get that sense. It's not the same this time around. Yada yada yada. Whatever. There was a million things that we were told.
We've been gaslighted.
Sure.
This is what I'm going to tell you.
So, our old buddy Jeff McClain wrote his game column. And here's his tweet. Should the Eagles quarterback be benched for Tanner McKee? This is Jeff McClain, so this is not Jeff from Jersey. I don't know where he lives. Offensive issues aren't all on Hurts, but it's become increasingly clear he can't shoulder a pass-heavy formula. And then he had a column on it. So remember, before the season started, we knew that defenses were going to do whatever they could to try to take away Saquon.
That is correct.
We knew that. And part of it could be at times that the offensive play calls have been bad, because that's been true. Let's not all of a sudden say in Week 14, this has always been Jalen's problem. I think Patullo was a freaking disaster for like the majority of this season. Nick Sirianni's belief of let's just not turn the football over, I think almost puts fear in the back of mind of Jalen Hurts a little bit. Hey, there might be a play downfield, but take the one underneath. We saw that a lot yesterday.
We did.
Right, where A.J. Brown's open, but it's like, you know what, let's get it to Dallas Goedert. Let's roll out to the right and find somebody else, right? So it is the collective, as people keep on saying to us. But we knew that they were going to have to throw the football more this year. This was the Jalen Hurts year. And he has not been good all season long.
He has not been.
And yesterday was egregiously bad. Do I think it's going to be just as bad next week against the Raiders or any team? I will say any team. No, I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to turn the ball over 5 times ever again this season.
It won't be that bad. But here's where I'm saying.
But is it going to get better? Like much better? I don't know.
No, I don't know that it's going to get much better. And I'll tell you, I haven't sat through that New Year's Eve game against the Cardinals a few years ago in 2023 where I thought, oh, it's going to be great. Like, this is the get-right game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It makes me suspicious.
Yeah.
It makes me suspicious.
It's bad right now, man. All right, can they still turn it around? Here was Ryan Clark last night on ESPN.
Is there enough time for them to figure it out and get it right?
Because of their history, I say that there is, and because there is no dominant, great team, because we can see a team like the Los Angeles Rams that we truly believe in lose to the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers go to Green Bay and beat a really good Green Bay Packer team, but when I look at this offense, this isn't a championship-level offense, but it's a defense that can keep you in every single game, and there is talent on that side, but there has to be a switch in philosophy to make Saquon Barkley the focal point of this offense again.
So here's the thing, Mr. Clark. Appreciate you and what you do for the network. You're right. It is not a championship offense. It's December 9th, so it's not going to all of a sudden become a championship offense. I don't care what adjustment they make, right? Like, this isn't baseball where you go, you know what, let's move this guy up in the order. Right? Like,
right, exactly.
This isn't basketball where it's like, you know what, let's start running the offense through this guy. And it's 5-on-5. Like if the offense stinks in October and November and into December, it's going to continue to stink into January. He mentions the Rams game. I get it. The Rams lost to the Panthers. We all saw it. But what did the Rams do the very next week?
They bounced back.
You go, you know what? Yeah, bad loss. Let's bounce back. And they put up 42 points. I know people don't think the Cardinals are all that good. That defense has actually been pretty scrappy this year. They put up 42 points against the Cardinals the very next week. The Eagles lost 3 weeks ago. They lost 2 weeks ago. And they lost yesterday. 3 straight weeks they've lost. Where's the bounce back? Like, I have not seen this team bounce back. And even after the games where they've won and we've questioned, it's not like the next week the offense looks better. Nothing's going to change for this team.
So you're saying nothing?
Nothing.
I can't speak so definitively that nothing will happen. And the reason, again, that I say it is because 3 of the 4 opponents, if it doesn't, I'm going to tell you right now, if in 3 of the next 4 games, I'm going to tell you that Nick Sirianni's job has to be on the line.
It's going to be the same thing as 23.
No, it's worse because you're the Super Bowl champs, and it is so bad, and this collapse it's cataclysmic. It's cataclysmic. You were up 21-0 on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
At 8-2. You're 8-2. You're up 21-0. You could have cruised. You're the number 1 seed. Everything's sitting in front of you, and it all fell apart. If you lose 3 of the next 4, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Nick Sirianni's job could be on the line.
It's going to be the same. We'll wait till the smoke comes out of the Vatican of Novacare, and we'll see what they end up doing, man.
Burning that bunny should be one of them.
Oh, man, I haven't talked to this man forever, Johnny.
Who's that?
Mitch in Phoenix, dude.
What's up, Mitch?
Hello, Mitch.
How you doing?
What's up? How are you? It's good to hear from you. It's been a while.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of information given out in your show. Sometimes you got to sit back and just listen to it all.
Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good information.
Well, I'll tell you what it is exactly. It's repetitious. It's weeks of the same nonsense to talk about the same thing over and over and over again. And you know how this organization is. They don't make big changes.
No.
They got one running back. They got one tight end. If you watch other football teams, they all have multiple tight ends and multiple running backs. So if Saquon needs a breather, who are you going to bring in? Who's your backup?
Well, Tank's missing. I don't know if Tank got left at the airport like the kid from Home Alone, or did he get left at home? He got left at home.
He got left at home.
Yeah, I guess that's where Home Alone comes from.
He had 1 carry for 4 yards. He averaged 4 yards a carry yesterday.
That's great. So Tank has gotten lost.
Yeah.
All he's done is be successful, and then
Saquon did have a good day yesterday.
They've just lost him. Yes.
So you see my point. When you watch the best teams in the NFL, they have multiple running backs, and they have multiple tight ends, and they have wide receivers that don't mess around with the football. They catch it, and they try to break away for a touchdown.
You know what? You know what else they have, Mitch? They have, whether it's the head coach or the offensive coordinator, whatever you want to say, coming up with new ideas every single week. And it's not just the same thing. And thanks for the call, Mitch. Great hearing from you. And it leads me into a point that I want to make coming up next. Does Nick Sirianni realize how bad things are right now? I'm going to explain more coming up next.
I can't believe you're even asking the question, but I can't wait to hear what you're.
I'll explain more coming up next because I said something out loud yesterday, and I may have woken up my son. I'm not sure. It is Kincade and Salciunas. More of your texts, more of your calls. Is the dream still alive to repeat as Super Bowl champions? I think it's been dead for 2 weeks. Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
I got to tell you, when you're in business for almost 4 decades, that means you're doing something right. But you could be doing a lot of different things right for all different clients. Like you specialize in retirement and financial planning. That's what Dan White and Associates have been doing for a long time. You find them, danwhiteandassociates.com on the web. And what they can do is, for someone like me, they can find out if I've really been on the right plan for retirement and if I'm going to have the income to live the retirement I want to live. Am I going to be able to generate enough income to live the life I want to live? Or they can take a young family and they can say, hey, what do you want to do? How do you want to save? How do you want to be able to get the kids through college? Things like that. Financial discussions can be a little bit overwhelming for people at times. So maybe you would like to just go and be a little bit of a passive listener. Find out what Dan White and Associates can do for you. They host educational seminars throughout Pennsylvania, Delaware, and even Maryland. And they've got offices in Glen Mills, PA, Middletown, and Lewis, Delaware. They offer you complimentary, no-risk consultations, too, where you can go and have a one-on-one conversation so you can find a little bit of certainty in your financial future. I promise you this. The conversation, it can be a bit awkward to get started. But once you have it, there's a little bit of relief because then you feel like, okay, I've been doing a lot of things right, but I can tweak this and then really get it right. Every client's unique needs are addressed individually. Visit danwhiteandassociates.com to find out more. They're good people, and they're going to take great care of you. That's danwhiteandassociates.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A miserable night in L.A. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles dropped their third straight game last night, 22-19 to the Chargers in overtime, and it was just an ugly game from start to finish by the offense. Jalen Hurts, 5 turnovers, the clear low light for the offensive side of the ball. He had 4 interceptions and a fumble, including an interception and a fumble on the same play. Hurts talked after the game about the final interception that ended the overtime period.
I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes, film's point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make.
Now, while Hurts was the focus, there were other issues in the game as well, from rough play calling to drops to a missed kick by Jake Elliott. But however you want to assign the blame, the Eagles are now sitting at 8-5. They've got a short week to prepare for a matchup with the Las Vegas Raiders Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field. Flyers are back in action tonight, hosting the San Jose Sharks. Puck drops at 7 p.m. at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. You can hear that game live here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And we continue to be on Kyle Schwarber Watch as baseball's winter meetings continue in Orlando. Amy Fadul joins us for the entire 9 o'clock hour. This update's brought to you by Phillies Sports Trips. Andrew Salciunas is hosting the True Fan Tailgate before the Eagles-Raiders game this Sunday, December 14th. Brought to you by True Fan Travel and 97.5 The Fanatic. All-inclusive food, drinks, live entertainment, and a short walk to the stadium. Reserve your spot now at phillysportstrips.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the Best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Mag, WPEN, HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, A. Beasley Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. 8 o'clock hour. Don't forget, Johnny, myself, and Connor will each give a Wawa order. And then if you get all three correct in order, you will win the second $50 gift card to Wawa because it's Happy Wawa Days, right, Johnny?
Yeah, it's Happy Wawa Days. All the great gift cards are available there. And it's not just Wawa gift cards, though. Those are always a great gift. Connor will lead us off today in the 8 o'clock hour. So God knows with his eating habits.
They sell bleach?
God knows. God knows where it'll all start with Connor today.
Here's what we'll do, because we don't have today's headlines today. We have Monday morning radio host on a Tuesday. You'll start us off then, because that is technically your segment.
Okay. So there you go.
So you'll start off the order then. All right. I asked going into the break, does Nick Sirianni realize how bad it is right now? The reason why I asked that question, they're doing the same things every week on offense. Like they are. And the week that he gets more involved, the return of the bubble screen. How many times did we see that?
Oh, my gosh.
How many times? It was literally that's what their favorite play was in 2023 was the bubble screen. You and I talked about during the break, the 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 to Devontae Smith, even though Devontae, I don't know what that was. Look, why are you throwing that a screen 3rd and 11? What are you doing? What are you doing?
If somebody can point to the time it worked, then maybe I'll go, all right, well, it worked here.
Okay, can I ask you this?
I don't remember a time where that play led to actual yards.
Can I ask you this? The best quarterbacks in the game. The best quarterbacks in the game. If we're talking the Allens, the Burrows,
Lamar,
the Mahomes,
and I'll throw in Stafford.
Are any of them 3rd and 11? Is Matt Stafford 3rd and 11 throwing a screen? No. It's this offense is pitiful. The play design is pitiful. And 51 plays from shotgun, I still can't imagine it.
Which is why I asked.
I can't imagine it.
Because remember, a couple weeks ago, when they went under center, we were like, oh, we celebrated it. Now, a lot of it was because Brett Toth was not good at snapping out of the gun, right? So Juergens comes back. All of a sudden, they're back to shotgun. I don't know if he prefers it. I don't know if Jalen prefers it. I don't know. But regardless, does Nick Sirianni realize that things aren't working? Because I think he's coaching the team as if they're still the 2024 Philadelphia Eagles.
I think you can't assume – you have to assume that answer is no.
Like he doesn't realize,
because he doesn't – no.
It's not working.
No, I'm going to say no. He doesn't realize it because he doesn't change anything. Doesn't change a damn thing. He doesn't he has no adjustments. The Emperor has no clothes. He has no clothes. He comes out and he goes, look at my new outfit and everything, and he's bare-ass naked. I'm telling you, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's horrible. And, of course, Jalen Hurts was horrible yesterday. And Jalen Hurts has not had a good season. He's not had a good season,
no, it's
period.
Bad.
Let's just call it like it is. He's had a poor season.
It's terrible.
Obviously, the interception total climbs up yesterday.
Oh, sure.
Because he threw four of them. But even before that, just being careful with the football when you have this offense is not good enough. It's not good enough.
It is.
And that's why this offense has struggled as much as it has the last couple of weeks, whether it's Patullo, Sirianni, Hurts, offensive line, whatever. The offense stinks. It's not going to get any better. It is what it is. It's a shame. What do we got on the text line, Connor? And then we'll get to a couple more calls.
We do not have many happy people on the text line today. Believe it or not, a lot of people are upset. And
can I ask, did anyone who, you're an idiot for saying it was a must-win game, just chime in today?
I don't
I'm just curious. Just curious.
All right. We're fighting our personal battles. We got bigger issues here. Brian from New Jersey says, morning, boys. The season is over. On Sunday, the first 3 and out or boneheaded play, our fans are going to boo like we haven't heard in a long time. They won't win another game this season.
They will, but...
Will they?
Black Friday.
Yeah, they will.
Black Friday, that first drive.
They booed.
It was loud.
It was loud boos. Loud boos.
Here we go again, boos.
They're getting booed in intros on Sunday.
No, they're not.
Yes, they absolutely are.
No, they're not.
They're not going to boo.
How much you want to bet?
They don't introduce the offensive coordinator.
They're not introducing. Yes, they're not going to introduce the coaches, and they're not going to introduce the offense. They're going to introduce the defense.
Fair.
They're not getting booed.
That would be actually the smartest thing for them.
By the way, though, I do remember there was a player that got introduced. I can't remember the player, and I tweeted about it back in 23, and I tweeted that got booed during intros, and I was pissed about it. They got booed.
You thought it was wrong?
Yeah. I don't think you boo a player during intros. I just don't. I think it's asinine from a fan base.
Does the player stink?
I think it's asinine from a fan base to do that. I just think it's stupid.
I think it's fine. They're voicing their frustration.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
That's fine.
What else we got on the text line?
Ryan, Northeast Philly says, your QB stinks, your coaches stink, your kicker stinks, and your O-line stinks. Y'all said 3-2 at worst. This team is going 2-3 at best in these last 5, and if Dallas wins out, you lose the damn division. Season's over. Last night was a must-win.
Last night was a must-win. Thank you. Last night was a must-win game, and I'm not even talking about the mathematics of the playoffs. I'm talking about the freaking psyche of the team. They have a damn positivity bunny floating or whatever, blown up inside their lockers at NovaCare. I hope it's blown up to a different level now. Like, I literally hope I hope somebody put too much air into it that it exploded. This stupid positivity bunny.
I hope somebody just took a switchblade to it. Just took it apart.
And they lost. And so if you think this team, which is why I was saying it was a must-win game yesterday, if you think this team, with all the drama that has been circulating, either loud up front or whisper down the lane, all the drama that has surrounded the Eagles, do you think this team can overcome a 3-game losing streak when it's been the questions that we've had leading up to it? Like, we questioned the offense all season long. It's not like the defense all of a sudden has sucked and that's why they lost 3 straight games and we're going, damn, what happened? No, it's been the offense sucks, the offense sucks, the offense sucks. We've been saying it since week 1. And that's the reason why you've lost 3 straight games.
I was baffled. I always tell you that I find the most aggravating fan Twitter in town is Flyers Twitter. Of all the fan Twitters in town, I think Flyers Twitter is the most aggravating. But last night, Eagles Twitter was trying to give it a run for the money because there were people last night that were literally going after the defense in the first half.
Who and when?
And I was losing my mind.
Oh, in the first half. Yeah,
I was losing my mind.
I had a guy tweeted me after the Chargers'
Like,
first drive.
come on.
One drive. Or one
it was,
drive.
by the way, Jeff Kerr. Thank you, Jeff. It was Quez Watkins.
Oh.
That got booed during intros.
That was after the Commanders game then.
And I was not happy with it. Like, I'm like, seriously, let's not reinforce the a-hole argument.
After one drive yesterday, I had a guy go, what's your excuse for the defense this week? And I go, dude, it was one drive. And there was no excuse for the opening drive, but like.
And by the way, it was one 60-yard play.
Yeah.
It was one 60-yard busted play.
Right.
That was that drive.
That
drive was a 60-yard run.
If not for this
defense,
the Eagles are 6-6?
No, 6-7.
6-7?
Yeah, I think 6-7. Yeah, I think the defense has clearly won them 2
Lions
games.
And Packers, they
Lions
won
and
them
Packers,
both
they
those
won
games.
And that's what I put it at. The Lions and Packers games were won by the defense, not by the offense.
Yeah.
They're 6-7, and right now, you're in trouble. Because I don't think if they were 6-7 right now, I don't think they're winning the division. You're a half game behind the Cowboys, and I don't think you're winning the division.
Yeah, and you guys are right about the defense, but I can't blame anybody at this point of the season for having that immediate visceral reaction. Like, I had to give young Ray Dunn a ride home from pregame because he currently doesn't have a set of wheels. And we were listening to the game, and like 2 plays in, Saquon gets stuffed for like no gain, and he's just like, see, they can't run the football.
Oh, come on.
And but that's where this fan base is at right now. Like, I don't blame him at all. I have those thoughts in mind. Yes, because what we've seen all year is just the worst crap happening in the worst spots.
But the defense has not been bad all year.
No,
I
know.
The defense has literally been great all season long.
The defense has been fantastic.
But I can't blame any fan for being psychotic right now because this team has driven us to insanity.
I can towards the defense.
All right, let's go to Will in South Jersey.
What happened to Ray's car? I got to find out.
What's up, Will?
Guys, I want to point to one stat and one stat only that's been happening over 3 years now. Every time we pass the ball more than we run it, we lose. Doesn't matter what the yards per carry is. Every game, you check it. All 5 games we lost, we threw the ball more than we ran it. All 8 games that we won, we ran the ball more than we throw it. How do you have to make this thing complicated?
Can I tell you that
every single and by the way, that's including the Super Bowl, by the way.
Can I tell you the majority the majority of games where teams lose in the NFL, the vast majority of games where teams lose in the NFL, they pass more than they run.
Yes, and that's
across the NFL. The
Chargers.
vast majority of games the teams lose, they pass more than they run because they're trailing and they have to pass to catch up.
Yeah, which has not been our case. Not been our case.
No, that is.
And by the way, the Super Bowl that we lost, okay, against Kansas City, we were winning by 10 points at halftime. Okay, what did Kansas City do in the second half? They didn't throw it; they ran it, and they won.
Yeah, I mean they were also they were gifted 7 points because
they were also gifted because Jalen fumbled.
And thanks for the call.
Look, and by the way, it's an overwhelming stat. Teams that lose in the NFL, they lose the game, and when you look at their box score, they have passed more than they ran because they have to pass to try to come back.
Because they're losing.
That's not a stat that means anything.
But yesterday, I'm guessing to his point,
that was a close game.
If they had run the football, maybe it's a different result.
And I believe that is invalid in last night's individual game. Yes, that's a
40 pass attempts for Jalen Hurts yesterday, 4 interceptions, and the historic double turnover play. Positivity, Bunny.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the road.
Bunny Trail.
Bunny Trail, thank you.
Hippity hoppity,
Easter's on its way.
God, I hope so. That means football season's over.
Hippity hoppity, Big Dom's gonna take it out.
Yeah, I'm tired of that too.
All right, come
on.
on.
We gotta work on your slant rhyme.
Monday morning radio host. On a Tuesday, we play clips from Nick Sirianni's post-game press conference. Oh,
that
was
should be fun.
Too.
Yeah, it should be
Kincade
fun.
Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. Tuesday morning here of Kincade and
Wish you were
Salciunas,
lying.
97.5 The Fanatic.
I wish you were lying.
Yeah.
You're not. Everybody walking around this building is feeling that way.
You know, it's a shame when I woke up this morning and my first thought, well, I thought of it last night, but the whole pedigree thing's dead. Like, I can't rely on pedigree anymore.
No, and I feel dumber having believed in them.
But I agree with you. Like yesterday, when we talked about this game, sometimes we sound smart. Sometimes, right?
Yeah, few and far between.
Teams are exactly the same, right? Questions about the quarterback, offensive line banged up, relying on the ground game. Defense has won them the majority of the games, right? Like, both teams are the exact same team in terms of their flaws and their strengths in 2025, right? The big difference is Jalen Hurts has not pooped himself in the playoffs. Justin Herbert has.
Numerous times.
Another big difference is the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year. The Chargers did not. And so I agree with you, John. Like, even though they're the exact same team, you're still going to say, but at least the Eagles have that Super Bowl pedigree. The Super Bowl pedigree didn't mean sheesh against the Bears. So,
no, it didn't. You
didn't
came
mean
close there.
anything against the Bears.
No, it didn't.
And it damn as well didn't mean anything yesterday.
It didn't.
And that's a shame that I can't even lean on the fact that they won the Super Bowl this calendar year.
I'm going to tell you, and again, I put it on to that's the worst quarterbacking performance I've ever seen by anybody wearing an Eagles uniform. Flat out. Flat out, it's the worst I've ever seen. And
I'm a legit quarterback because people keep on saying, do you not remember?
Yeah, but I'm not going to no. But even those quarterbacks, they didn't have A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Smith, Dallas Goedert. And by the way, last night, and God bless him, Troy Aikman, who I think does a great job as far as analyzing the game. Troy Aikman, he couldn't have pointed out enough. Dallas Goedert was wide open.
And he was tremendous.
He was wide open, and he was wide open all night.
Whenever he got the ball, he made something happen.
Yeah, but he was
three catches, all first downs.
He was wide open all night, and Troy Aikman keeps going, he's not recognizing his checkdowns. He's not seeing his checkdowns. I don't know if he's not. At one point he writes, and I wrote down the exact wording. I'm not sure if he's not seeing it or if he's not just looking in his direction. Like, I mean, that's an indictment.
Yeah, it's hard.
The guy's wide open in the middle of the field. And he goes, I'm not sure if he's not seeing it or not looking in his direction. He's locking on a receiver, and he's going to it. Now, he may be locking on the receiver that is, sucking his thumb and posting on Instagram and whining and bitching and moaning to get his numbers.
Could be.
That very well may be who he's locking on.
All right, Connor, before we get to Monday Morning Radio host on a Tuesday, you have to give our first order for the Wawa run that we're doing. Again, if you get all three right in order by the end of this hour, you will win a $50 gift card to Wawa. It is Happy Wawa Day. So, Connor, get us started.
Just get me a beer. I know there's some Wawas that do sell the alcohol.
They do.
Beautiful places.
So just a beer.
Just get me a beer.
All right.
Wait a minute.
I'm for it. I might join you. We might have three beers by the end of the 8 o'clock hour. It might be three beers.
You have to give the beer then. What beer is it?
I'm not sure. Just a stock beer, whatever you want to grab.
All right, just
make
a beer.
It easy for
Period.
people.
Just a beer. All right, time now for the Monday Morning Radio host on a Tuesday.
Now, the Monday Morning Radio host on 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, brought to us by who?
Our friends over at Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, like every Eagles fan today, remember the name Lundy Law. Your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com.
Right,
That's LundyLaw.com.
Monday morning,
8:15 in the morning.
Monday morning radio host. It's what we do best. We don't break down film. We break down press conferences. Here was Nick Sirianni yesterday talking about how it's hard to beat a team on the road when you're not finishing drives.
I thought the defense did a lot of good things. I thought the offense moved the ball on a really good defense, but, we didn't finish. Kicked a lot of field goals and had some turnovers. So hard to beat a team on the road when you're not finishing drives and getting 3 points, and I got to take that on myself.
It's always take it on myself.
Gotta take it on myself. Yeah.
He continues to talk about it.
And you know what that means? Blah, 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 blah.
Well,
it's not accountability when he does nothing with it. When he doesn't hold him responsible.
Here's more blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they had some heavy boxes right there. You saw us get down in there with a heavy box with a slant route to AJ. At that time, we were kind of bleeding 1 or 2 yards in there because of some of the pressures that they were bringing. Thought that was our best plan of attack. It didn't work. So you got to put that on me. We don't come out here with a win or something like that happens. I'll always take that blame.
By the way,
he's always going to take the blame.
That was when he was asked about the 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, why they threw the ball instead of running the football on second and third downs.
He's got no clue with that. His time management, and I got it broken down. I'm going to get into it. He's got no time. He has no time management.
Yeah.
He has no idea how to run a clock.
They get the field goal. They're up 3, but they allowed the Chargers to have over 2 minutes of clock.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Nick Sirianni then, of course, continues. Here he is talking about the great week of preparation they had.
Oh,
yeah, the people that we have, the people we have in there, won a lot of football games right now. We've lost 3 in a row. Again, I saw a great week of preparation, and I'm confident in the coaches that we have, the players that we have, the owner that we have, the front office that we have, that we're built to overcome.
So
stop puckering up.
Remember, one of the great weeks of preparation was him being in the offensive meeting. Now, I don't know where he's been the other weeks. Has he just been playing tiddlywinks in his office? I don't know. Maybe he plays Madden. I don't know. I would imagine he's already been in the offensive meetings, but he was more involved, according to Tim McManus this weekend. Nick was asked about it yesterday.
I'm the head coach, so my attention goes to places that I feel like it needs to go. This week was with the offense, and I'll continue to go in there with those guys and grind it out through the weeds with them and continue to move forward with that. I thought we moved the ball and did a lot of good things today. But, again, we didn't finish drives, and when we didn't for multiple reasons, and had some turnovers for multiple reasons. So you always look to improve the process, and we'll get back to work and grind out through it again. And, yeah, I anticipate being in there still.
Your process isn't working, Nick. And you've said this over and over and over again. It's now 8 weeks. You've said the exact same thing this year. 8 weeks. You don't change your process. So your process isn't working. So why does that explanation mean anything to this fan base?
If you take him at his word.
Oh, my gosh.
Right? Because some people do, some people don't.
Blah, blah,
if you
blah.
take him at his word, he said, this week I felt like I needed to be in those meetings more.
No, you have to take him at his word.
But it took you till now?
Uh-huh.
What about the last 5 weeks? I keep on saying
I told you about this.
The Eagles have not scored 22 points in a game since October 26th. My son's Halloween costume wasn't even prepared yet.
But what does
We got our Christmas sweaters picked out now.
But what does it mean if he was in those meetings earlier? If he was hovering earlier?
It would have been an indictment of his boy.
Yes, there it is. His hire.
His boy.
His hire.
Too low.
Yeah,
then
it's great.
Again, let's all be clear. Hurts was the biggest problem.
Oh, he was terrible. No, he was terrible.
All right, coming up next, there is one clip that I did not want to play this segment because during the Monday morning radio host, we kind of speed through it, quick reactions. There was one that I wanted to have more time on. We'll get to more of your texts. We'll get to more of your calls. I hate when people try to act like we're dumb. And I don't just mean me and John. I'm talking about everybody. The collective fan base.
Yeah, we sort of are.
I don't like when somebody does that. And Sirianni did that again last night, and it pissed me off. I'll explain more coming up next, and we'll get our next Wawa order here on Kincade Salciunas 97.5 The Fanatic.
Let me tell you, the holidays are here, and our friends at Wawa have got you covered with gift cards for everybody on your shopping list. That's why we're having happy Wawa days right now. Look, you got the Wawa gift cards are something that everybody loves, and you can even use the digital Wawa gift cards. So if you have friends who are out of the area, but they have Wawas where they live, you send a digital gift card. You enter in the amount, you choose a festive design, you write the message, you hit send, and the gift card will be on its way, and it's going to make somebody's holiday even brighter. They can put it right there in their wallet. Your one-stop gift card shop, it's Wawa. It's so easy. You can browse all the gift cards that are available from big-name brands like Amazon and Sephora and Visa and Roblox and more. But you're going to Wawa anyway. I know you're pulling in there this morning. You need something a little bit extra. I suggest that you don't take Connor's example, though, and grab yourself a beer before work, even though it does sound appetizing. A gift card from Wawa might be a better option, perfect for a teacher, delivery driver, coworker, or even more, the family gift swap. You know you're going to Wawa this week a few times. So next time you're in Wawa, grab yourself a gift card because, Wawa makes it easy. Hey, see the store for details. Everyone knows you got to have a Wawa.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The losing streak continues. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles lost their third straight game last night, coming up short in overtime against the Chargers. A 22-19 final score, and it was an ugly game from start to finish by the offense. Jalen Hurts, not one, not two. No, we don't have time to count them all. 5 turnovers in the game, 4 interceptions and a fumble, including 2 turnovers on the same play. Hurts talked after the game about his performance.
I didn't play enough. I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
There were other issues in the game outside of Hurts' performance, from rough play calling to drops to a missed kick by Jake Elliott. But however you want to break down the blame pie, Eagles now sit at 8-5. They have a short week to prepare for a Sunday matchup with the Raiders. Flyers are back in action tonight, hosting the San Jose Sharks. Puck drops at 7 p.m., and you can hear that game live right here on The Fanatic. And we continue to be on Kyle Schwarber watch as baseball's winter meetings continue down in Orlando. We're going to talk to Amy Fadul for the entire 9 o'clock hour. This update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a new water heater, choose one that's built to be the best. Choose our friends over at Bradford White. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Tuesday morning, 97.5 The Fanatic. So Connor gave his order for the Wawa run. Johnny,
Yes.
how about you go?
I got it.
You tell us what the second item is on the Wawa order for the $50
How about
gift card.
Today, if you're going to, you've been through last night, you're probably feeling a little bit in it. And sometimes after a night like that, maybe it's not a good habit of mine, but sometimes I'm a little more hungry. So I would go with the pepperoni and cheese bagel melt.
Oh, dude, that's a good item.
Oh, it's a spectacular item.
It's
I don't know how good it is for you.
Probably not great, but
if
it's
Dr.
good.
Mendelssohn's listening, one of the finest cardiologists in the whole area, he would probably say, John, not your best choice.
But that's a good for the soul piece.
Oh, the pepperoni and cheese bagel melt it's top notch.
Like, I'll be honest, I can't tell you the last time I had like a bag of chips late at night. But last night, I was just trying to stay awake.
What did you have?
It was overtime. The bag of Fritos, the scoops.
Ooh, nice choice.
And I was just crushing them because I was stress eating.
No one goes, my football team lost, I'm going to Jamba Juice in the morning.
No.
Well, no, that's a good. No.
I'm
Right,
going
you're right.
to the pepperoni and cheese melt.
The pepperoni and cheese bagel melt is a top-notch item. I'm telling you.
All right, that's order number 2.
And the hotter, the better.
I'll give mine later on this hour, and then your chance to win the second $50 gift card to Wawa, and then Amy Fadul, because it's Tuesday, will join us for the entire 9 o'clock hour today. It'll be another Know the Amy, Know the Fadul for the True Fan Travel tailgate.
That's fun.
It's a fun time, regardless of who we're going to support. We are going to support the Eagles.
Yes.
And they will beat the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm not betting them to cover. They will beat the Las Vegas Raiders, and for a few days, we'll be able to lie to ourselves that the offense had it fixed.
By the way, I had spies on site last night, California extended family, and they were not there with the Eagles fans.
Yes.
And they saw some of the traveling party from Philly sports trips and the True Fan tailgate and everything like that, and they said, looked like a wild scene.
You know what? That makes
couldn't get over it.
That makes it even more embarrassing and painful for that loss yesterday because we know how many Eagles fans.
They said
traveled.
It was a home game. They were like, it was a home game, absolute home game. Now they couldn't get over it.
When DeJean made one of his multiple plays and the Coop chants happened, like it was loud.
It was
like,
really loud.
And Buck and Aikman kept on mentioning it. Like, man, it sounds like an Eagles game, like a Eagles home game here.
It did,
and yet. You lost. Like that's how you thanked all your fans that made the trip cross country. You put together that performance on offense. Defense gave you something to cheer about, not the offense.
I told you though, like remember it if in the postseason there's a game out there, you can get your tickets in California.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you want to go out.
Again, if anyone, let's
exhale.
The defense. Let's not let them off the hook.
Oh, get out of here!
I can't believe I heard that earlier this week.
No, it's terrible
on this station. All right.
That's terrible. That's a bad take.
One more clip from Nick Sirianni. I wanted some more time on this because I hate when people talk as if we're dumb. I hear it from the Phillies all the time. The Phillies are criminal at it. I love the Phillies, but Dombrowski is a let me talk to you like you guys are idiots guy, and I hate it. It offends me. And so this was Nick Sirianni yesterday. Now, he was asked about the tush push. So remember, there was the first and goal on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, which is where I'm going to lose my mind.
Listen to how he first starts. I think I don't even remember who was asking the question. Whoever was asking the question, he didn't let them finish, and he jumped on them. And it's just you're just lying. But go ahead, play it, Connor.
First and goal from the 2 would typically be sort of pushing to get in. Not always. Okay.
I don't know how many times we've run that on the 2.
Work as much this year as it has in the past.
Yeah.
Do you still have the same level of confidence in that as you have?
Yeah, because we've still succeeded at that. I know the last couple games we haven't, but obviously we got the big play off of the tush push today with the pitch to Saquon on 3rd and 1. The ball on the 2, we don't think into that as much. Not to get too much into that. Would like to have been a little more successful on that first down play, and then we had the hold that put us behind the sticks. That one hurt. That one hurt that we were only able to get 3 points out of that. We've been pretty good in the red zone, and they stopped us there. Again, got to do a better job as coaches to put them in positions to succeed, and then we got to go execute. So it always comes down to that, and I'll put that on me.
You're on the 2 freaking yard line.
Why are you trying to act like I'm dumb, Nick?
He right there. First of all, that is a lie.
I watched them run 4 straight tush pushes in a game this year.
You did.
And they were on the 2-yard line. They were on the 3-yard. They ran it. Remember when was that? The Giants game?
It was the Giants game. The one
the one that lost.
No, the
one
one
they
they
Thursday
lost.
night game.
The one they lost at the Meadowlands. Or at MetLife.
I watched him run the tush push 4 straight plays.
Correct.
On the 2, and you heard him in the beginning. On the 2.
On the 2.
On the 2.
I don't know where you see that.
We don't do that. I have seen them on 3rd and 2, tush push, and if they don't get the first down, then get it on 4th and 1.
Over the last few years, 3rd and 2, all the time, they did that to set up a 4th and 1 to do it. Or if they didn't get it. What is he talking about?
It's offensive.
That's arrogance.
Yeah.
That is arrogant. And by the way, that's where you start to see, here's somebody starting to feel the pressure. He's starting to feel the pressure because now he's not coming up with explanations that he can't even give you an explanation that is the truth.
They were on the Giants' 3-yard line. They ran the tush push. Then they ran it again on the 1-yard line. They scored a touchdown. Like that. Like on the
Come
3.
on.
So maybe the 3-yard line they're allowed to, not the 2-yard line.
I mean, give me a
3-yard line.
break.
And like when I hear that, like I get pissed off
because it's arrogance.
Because I'm like, what do you mean, dude? Like I've seen it. Like I understand you're the football coach. You're Mount Union or whatever the hell Mount Vernon. Where's he from? Mount Union. Like I get it. Like good for you, brother. Like you played collegiately.
That's great.
And you're the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Like look, he's the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's done more in his life than I ever will. All right, congratulations. That does not mean I don't watch the games the way you do. I'm just watching it from my couch.
No, it means you watch the games, obviously, more intently than he does.
I guess.
Because he's telling you something that you saw.
Oh, we don't do that.
You didn't see.
Like, yes, you do, dude. You do it.
He's telling you do.
You do
He's
it.
telling you that
the offenses do.
So obviously, you watch the games closer than he does.
I guess.
Or he's just going to lie to you, hoping that you don't know what you're talking about.
And then the whole, I mean, this now I'm getting annoyed. Connor, you heard me on Thanksgiving ripping the Hard Knocks answer. Like, I won't get into it. What do you mean you're not going to get into it, dude? Like, all right, so you don't run the play on the 2-yard line, according to you, which is a lie, because I've seen you do it with my own eyes.
Correct.
The whole we're not going to get into it. Why? What secret formula, what secret sauce, what Krusty Krab formula are you keeping from me because you don't want to tell us why you don't do the tush push from 2 yards out?
Now, I have a theory.
Explain that to me.
No. And I have a theory, and the theory is that the beat-up offensive line is part of the explanation.
Yeah, but he's acting like they've never done it.
And that's the thing, is that it is not hard to not stand there and lie to everybody and to be like, yeah, in that situation, that might have been a good strategy to use. We didn't at the time, and that's on me. I love the that's on me crap. Because, again, Nick, it doesn't mean anything when you constantly refuse to change anything, when you don't ever put anything into practice, when you say, yeah, that one's on me. It's always on me. Now he's taking every single bullet for Kevin Patullo.
Yeah.
He's taking. I thought Kevin Patullo called the plays, Nick.
That's his guy.
I thought he called the plays. So if he called the plays, then that's on Kevin Patullo. Or doesn't he? Like, I mean, seriously, the guy you put in place, the guy you refused to go outside the house in. My gosh.
What do we got on the text line,
Terrible.
Connor? Our question, if you need a reason to chime in, is whether or not you think the dream of repeating is dead, which is the exact same question we asked last week. I'm sure there are more people on the Connor and Andrew train with this one today. But just overall reaction as well. What do we got?
This texter from Florida says the dream of a repeat is dead. I watched an offense with no heart and not a strategic brain cell in their minds. Hurts looked absolutely lost, and A.J. channeled his inner Todd Pinkston. I feel bad for our defense because they're still playing at an all-time level.
Okay. That sums it up. Like, it just sums it up. Is people are losing heart.
Yeah.
And I said something felt like it died in me last night.
I had that feeling. It's just you're just 1 week delayed from where I was at. That Bears game ruined me.
Oh, that Bears game was terrible.
And maybe it's because I was there.
I thought last game was, and I was there with you too, though.
Yeah.
I was there too, and I didn't walk out of there. And I walked out of there. I said it was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. Last night, that was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
It's
God, it was terrible.
All right, coming up next, Did the thought creep into your mind at all? We've kind of touched on it, but we'll explain more coming up next. It is Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. It's 8:42 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, so I'm going to give my order, but we're not going to call yet. So don't call yet.
Don't call now.
We will tell you when to call. Connor gave his first. John gave his second. I'm just going to say I will make whoever is picking up our order easy.
Okay.
Easier, their life. Because where they would grab your order without me reminding people what it was, they can grab my hash brown.
Okay.
Under that heat lamp.
On the Heat Lamb.
Yeah, because they already have to find a specific Wawa for Connors, because not all Wawas have what you wanted.
There you
they
go.
already have to drive to some specific Wawa for you. So I might as well make mine easy to appease you, Connor.
There you go.
Yeah, screw the hash brown. Just give me the hash.
All right. So I just saw. I understand that when things get really bad, we get angry. I get it.
Oh, yeah?
I get it. I get it. And, it's deflection, right? And so I see a tweet from him Hudson.
Okay.
In response to the Jalen Hurts may have had the worst, performance by an Eagles quarterback. It seems like y'all been waiting for this, so have your day with this.
Stop
That's
it.
what you guys wanted anyway.
Yeah, really? Then here's what I'm saying. Who is that?
Him Hudson.
Hey, him Hudson. Let me give you a heads up. You obviously have not paid attention. You obviously have not gone back over my social media. You obviously haven't listened to this show. So if you could please do me a favor and zip it with the lazy opinions today, I would appreciate it. Because that's nonsense. I have defended Jalen Hurts to the point of nauseum. And I feel stupid today for having done it. Because I have been denying things that I think I should have seen with my own eyes being more evident. And the last 2 weeks, he has been flat out atrocious.
Yes.
So do me a favor. Unless you're listening to the show or unless you're actually checking out what people have said all along, please do your homework before you bloviate. Thank you.
Let's go. We're bloviate. Dude, that's strong.
Deep in the bag for that
I've kept it really calm this morning, too.
So,
I've kept it really calm. But that's
proud of
nonsense.
you.
When you start with the, here comes your agenda.
You guys wanted this.
Here comes your agenda. Is where you. No, you know what I want? I want the Eagles right now to be
a competent offense.
I want them to be 10-3.
Yeah.
I want them to be 10-3 or 9-4 and have this division in place and to be playing football that's legitimately what this talent on this roster should deliver. That's what I want.
You know what's amazing?
Nobody wants them to be playing garbage football.
Last year, we were expecting a top 10 offense, and we were saying, hey, if the defense can be around 15, 12, it's going to be a really good football team. Now, look, what we ended up seeing was an incredible defense.
Yeah, it was
one of the best defenses in the NFL last year. I'm saying now, if only the Eagles can get to the top 20 of offense. I'm not even saying 15. Because they're
24th. They were 24th going into last night.
Like, I just need them to get back into the teens, and then maybe we have something. But I don't see what they're doing.
I got to tell you, I truly did. And I'm not just doing that for effect. I feel dumber. The amount that I have vehemently defended Jalen Hurts, I actually feel a little dumber about it because I say to myself, John, did you just deny what your eyes were showing you?
No, yesterday was egregious.
No, the last two games have been terrible, Andrew.
Yeah.
They've been terrible performances.
No, yesterday was even worse than the
No, it was much worse.
game.
No, it was much worse.
And that's why, like, I teased it going to the break. Did the thought creep your mind? Like, it crept my mind. Could they potentially bench him? Not like moving forward.
Like a series even.
Third quarter. Like,
Right.
if he came out of the third quarter, first drive of the third quarter, and he throws another pick.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where my mind was yesterday. I was going, man, if they come out and look bad in the third quarter, does he get benched? And they went downfield, they got a field goal, and then they scored a touchdown. In their first two drives of the second half led to 10 points. So you're going, all right, maybe we got something going here. And you weren't going to bench him after that, despite another interception and then a 3-and-out. You weren't going to bench him at that point. But last night was the first time where I was like, man, if this carries into the second half, you might have to do it for today. I'm not saying moving forward and Tanner McKee throws for 200 yards, he starts the next week. Like, no, just for the rest of this game.
You know how, by the way, and this is a good one. I'm stealing this one, by the way, from Warren Sharp, who does all the analysis of football, because Nick Sirianni talks about doing his research and being in the lab. With 3:33 left in the game, the Eagles got the ball with a chance to win the game. They took 1:17 off the clock, okay? So they could have had the final possession.
Yeah.
What does Nick Sirianni, and I did my word search this morning before the show because we don't do the show before the show. What does Nick Sirianni reference this year already in press conferences 27 times?
Oh, my God. It's on me.
4-minute offense.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the 4-minute offense, our 4-minute offense. Nick Sirianni got the ball back with 3:33 to go. He always references almost 30 times this year in press conferences. Well, our 4-minute offense, we practiced our 4-minute offense. 3:33 to go with the ball, chance to win the game. And all you need is a field goal to win the game if you bleed enough clock off. Nick Sirianni and his 4-minute freaking offense took 1 minute and 17 seconds off the clock with his stupid passing, which stopped the clock and allowed Jim Harbaugh to keep his timeouts.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So
it's so dumb. You don't make the other team.
So you had them burn 2 timeouts, and you're on the Chargers' 26-yard line.
Yes.
You had them burn 2 timeouts already. And then you throw back-to-back passes.
You throw back-to-back Panthers.
Both incomplete.
And Saquon, by the way, again, you're not going to Saquon, who was cooking. If you're under center and you give him the ball and you run him to the left side, he's cooking. And you don't give him the ball. You don't make them burn that extra timeout, which is dumb, which is by the textbook. So 3:33 to go. Under 4 minutes in the NFL this year. The 117 the Eagles took off the clock in a tie game. That is the least amount of time taken off the clock.
How about that?
117. So, Nick, when you talk about all your homework and your studies and everything you do.
I love that, my studies.
Well, guys like Warren Sharp and guys like that, they do a little more studying.
Bro, I took notes in school, too, believe it or not.
Back to the drawing board, Nick. That's something you need to study because if I hear one more time about your 4-minute offense, I'm going to throw up.
It usually wasn't about the class. It was like, all right, row 3, seat 4. She's cute.
Oh, there you go. Row seat 3, 4?
Those were my studies.
There you go.
All right, coming up next, Amy Fadul will join us for the entire 9 o'clock hour. There she is. She's ready to go. She's spry.
I can only imagine.
I'm looking forward to the.
I want some of Amy Unplugged to come out today.
I'm looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
Coming up next, we'll give our Wawa order for your chance to win the $50 gift card to Wawa. We welcome in Amy, and we ask her thoughts on just another putrid performance. 12 of 13 games this year, I've complained about the offense. 12 of 13. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
She does not need another practical gift, guys. She does not want a kitchen gadget so she can make you dinner. She does not want a vacuum for the house that's like the greatest hot gift. What she wants is a gift from Benari Jewelers. She wants something that says, well, this is for her. Something for her, something she can wear every day, something she can wear on date night, something that's going to make her feel special. And Benari Jewelers has 2 great locations, so you can help Santa out in Exton and Newtown Square. You can even do a little window shopping online at BenariJewelers.com. Diamond stud earrings, pendants, bracelets, colored gemstone necklaces, whatever it is, it's the kind of gift that's going to show her that she's special and that you put a little extra time in on the gift giving this year. And Benari has pieces that are going to fit every part of her life and are going to fit every price point. A value that you're not going to find anywhere else. And the Benari team of associates, Santa's got his elves. Benari has the best staff. And they are approachable, and they're hospitable, and they're not going to upsell you, and they're going to make sure that you feel really comfortable. And then you're going to walk out with a great gift in that signature yellow box. And when she sees it under the tree, I promise you it's going to be a winner. 2 great locations that I want you to visit. Exton, Newtown Square. You choose. You're going to walk out with a great gift, and it's going to be a winner. It's Benari Jewelers. When you go into Benari, please tell them that John Kincade from The Fanatic sent you in.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Eagles drop another one. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles lost their 3rd straight game last night in L.A. against the Chargers, an overtime contest that ended 22-19. And it was just a miserable game from the offense start to finish. Jalen Hurts, 5 turnovers in the game. He had 4 interceptions and a fumble, including a turnover on the final play of overtime that cost the Eagles the contest. He talked about that play afterwards.
I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes, film's point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make.
No, and there were plenty that Jalen didn't make last night, and he was not the only problem with the Eagles. There was rough play calling, drops, a missed kick by Jake Elliott. However you want to assign the blame, the Eagles now sit at 8-5 on the year. They have a short week to prepare for a Sunday matchup with the Las Vegas Raiders. The Flyers are back in action tonight hosting the San Jose Sharks. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And we're keeping an eye on Orlando. The winter meetings are going on in baseball. Kyle Schwarber, is his signing coming soon? We'll keep you updated. Amy Fadul joins the guys coming up next. This update is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, holidays must go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come with the latest safety technology. Find incredible offers at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
First, let's get the order of business out of the way here. Johnny wanted to do a call-in. So call in 610-632-0975. If you are the first person to get all three of our orders together. So Connor went first, then John, then I. If you give all three in a row, in order correctly, you will win our second $50 gift card to Wawa, because it is Wawa days right now with the holiday season. And then don't forget 9 o'clock hour, because Amy Fadul is with us for the remainder of the show. We're going to do another game of Know the Amy or Know the Fadul. She'll say something. I'll mark it down. And at the end of the show, I'll ask the question for your chance to go to the True Fan Travel Philly Sports Trips tailgate before the Birds take on the Raiders and will actually score points in it.
Yay!
Listen,
Woo!
I want a little. I'm begging.
Touchdown.
I'm begging for a little.
Not plural, just the one.
Amy unplugged
Just the one.
today.
Just the one touchdown.
Because
Honestly,
Amy unplugged
at
is-
halftime. At halftime score, it was like,
Oh my God.
that's a bottle of NyQuil if I ever saw one. Good Lord.
So before we get you started, I love
Oh,
our.
she's
It was
she
like-
started. She's ready to go.
I love my man Mopars on our YouTube
Mopar,
chat.
love me some Mopar.
I hung out with Mopar at Yards on
yes.
Saturday. It was a lot of fun. It was
Your
great,
get-together.
great hanging out with Mopar. Mopar and I both have a similarity. When we eat spicy food, we sweat profusely.
Do you sweat from your hair?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So I was like,
Okay.
brother,
You're yeah.
you're another one. I don't know many of us out here, so thank you. But Mopar heard that you were coming on, and he said, "Common reasoning is coming up next." What is there to be calm and reasonable about today?
I mean, let's see.
It's
the
not coming.
defense wasn't awful.
Yeah, the defense was
Yes,
great.
we said it's
Again,
great.
There you go. Hey, that's calm and reasonable. That's what you can be calm and reasonable
But I
about.
can't be
We've
calm
been-
and
we've been
reasonable
we've been praising the defense.
because a month ago I said they can't keep up this, right? Where they're going to keep teams to 7 points like
Right.
they did the Packers and the 9 points
Yeah, I mean,
they
you're
did
limiting
the
them
Lions.
to field goals, which is ideally what you had to do, right? This is a good Chargers team, 8-4. They were a better 8-4 than the Eagles, 8-4. I think you looked at their 8-4 differently. So holding them to field goals was ideal. That's what you wanted to do, especially when your team is giving you the ball on such a short field. I mean, the turnovers were the great equalizer, and my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
For a team that wants to be risk averse.
Well, that's the thing. Like they don't have Jalen Hurts last week, Amy. As you're listening to 97.5, the Fanatic, WPEN, WP, NH21 Burlington, Philadelphia, BC Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. He said just last week that once they find their identity, it'll click. And I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But he said that in December. It's
Exactly.
December.
That's what the thing. When
What?
you say that in like any week that's not a single digit week, it's problematic, right? If you said it
Yeah.
in week 4, you're like, all right, I get it. You're still
No,
trying to find your identity.
preseason doesn't
yeah,
happen.
you know.
Even week 8, you're okay.
Yeah, it's like, all right, but you know, you're approaching that time. You're at the halfway point. You're like, man, you probably should have had it. But if you had some ups and downs, I could give you week 8. After that, halfway through the season, if you're still searching for whatever your identity is, you don't have one, and you're never going to have one. And whatever you think it might be, it's never going to be. You can't establish it.
No, at this point,
How do you have an identity week 16?
the offense sucks, and it has. I've been given this great analysis again. Like whenever you need if somebody calls out sick at NBC Sports Philadelphia, whether it's Barrett, just give me a call and I can give some hard hitting analysis. The Eagles' offense sucks. That's great analysis.
Yes.
But the sad thing is
Insightful.
it's true.
I mean, it is.
And a sucky offense in December does not get better in January.
No.
Like, I'm sorry. I hate being that guy, but it's the reason why I've been saying it for a couple weeks that I thought it was done. I thought it was dead after the Bears game. I think it's a -% chance of them winning a Super Bowl at this point because an offense does not all of a sudden get better. You don't get hot in football. We talked about this last week. There's no momentum
I don't
week
believe
to
there's
week.
momentum.
There's momentum in games, but there's no week-to-week momentum like, oh, they beat the Raiders, so now here comes the 3-game winning streak. That doesn't happen in football.
I got one for you here from a little analysis for you. Since the current overtime format, it is the first time that every snap in overtime by a team was taken from the shotgun.
Oh. That's an interesting.
Since the current
overtime
format.
So the last, what's that?
Where both teams, 3 years?
4 years? Is this the
Whatever,
fourth
it's
year?
like third or fourth
It was
year, I
after,
guess, whatever.
after the Bills-Chiefs playoff game.
Okay, so it's like 3 years or 4 years, something like that. Every overtime snap was taken by the Eagles in the shotgun. First time that a team has taken every snap shotgun.
In East Nards, and Phil, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's going on, Phil? What was the Wawa order for your chance to win the $50 gift card?
It was a beer, the pepperoni and cheese bagel, and then a hash brown.
Good job,
My
Phil.
man.
And, of course, I'll put you on hold. The beer was for Connor because he just needed one after last night. And
Yeah.
Who
doesn't?
I agree with you, Connor. Like, I
It's only
needed
because you
one,
can't
too.
buy something stronger at Wawa.
Yes.
The beers, obviously.
Yeah.
You
I
get
think that's fine.
You get like a Mad Elf situation, maybe.
You
Try
could.
for the best on a day like this.
Yeah.
Because we'd be taking advantage.
It's I can't believe that we're witnessing it over and over.
That's the thing.
Again.
So I had that same sentence last night, and I said, like, I can't believe. And then I really, like, dissected. It was like, can I not actually believe? And I thought, yeah, I actually can't. Because I thought after 2023, there's no way a team with the similar leadership would ever let something like that happen again. Like and they talked about it at the end of 2023. There's no way. In 2024, it was, we have to prevent that. We need to have stronger leadership. We need all the stuff, all the flowering words that they said. And you just thought, you recognized the slide weeks ago, and you brought it up in press conferences, and it was dismissed. No, that's not this. It is that. This team has derailed. They have no identity. The ship has sailed on the running game identity. That's done. And I know people are going to call into question whatever else with the play calling. That line is not the same.
No, it's not.
At all. It hasn't been. Probably since week 1. But let's face it, probably since week 6.
Yeah.
They've not been the same. Saquon Barkley doesn't run the same. So instead of just trying to beat your head against the wall, yeah, we're still a running team. You're not. You're not a running team. They've tried to put the square peg in the round hole for 10 weeks now.
Yeah.
You know what's
amazing?
I tell you, Amy is pretty much echoing exactly what we've been saying all morning.
You know what's amazing, Amy? So we have, I believe, the local Philadelphia media is like one of the best covering the Eagles out of all the NFL teams. And, now that I've had the opportunity to do stuff on ESPN, I still kind of back that up, right? Because I've now talked to reporters that cover different teams in different markets, with all due respect. I think there is something in this city where there's honest reporting. The amount of local reporters this year, you said that the players kept on saying it's not like 2023. There were a lot of reporters that kept on saying, no, we don't get that sense in the locker room. Whether the Eagles, maybe the Eagles hit it. Look, I've hit my emotions before. Like, maybe the Eagles have been really freaking good at hiding how they truly feel, because the amount of local reporters that have said, yeah, no, I don't get that sense. And not because of the players, like, and how they're playing on the field. Like, in the locker room, the vibes are different. Maybe it's fake. I don't know what it was.
It was right behind the rabbit the whole time.
It was under the rabbit.
Stupid rabbit.
That rabbit better be.
I'm telling you, I stand by it. Them ignoring that they won the Super Bowl last year was one of the worst things they could have done.
He brought this up the other day. I'd love to hear Amy on this one. Explain it. Explain a little bit of what you said.
John watched the first episode of Hard Knocks, right? Mm-hmm. Second one come out?
Yeah. No, it's coming out
tomorrow. That should be fun.
This week.
John watched the first episode of Hard Knocks, and he said everyone just kind of looked like,
like they're sleepwalking. Like
they're there.
There's no energy.
Yeah, you're not the Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have personality.
And the thing is, the Chiefs embrace that.
Right. They embraced being champions.
Yeah. Right.
They embraced the crown in their locker room, the crowns all over their locker rooms. They were cocky.
Right. Whereas the Eagles, I think
that was last year.
John asked me, when did that start? I said in August, when Sirianni was doing the whole.
We're not talking about it.
We didn't win.
That's Banner Night? What's Banner Night?
Banner Night.
Banner Night. What's Banner Night? And they kept on ignoring. And honestly, and maybe it's too deep thinking, but I'm a deep thinker, Amy. I think they suppressed their emotions so much, and they went so business. Like, we got to get back.
Yeah.
Like,
last week was nothing.
Last week was
or
nothing.
Last year was nothing.
Last year was nothing. That's a different team. I didn't Landon Dickerson or somebody. I forget who it was. I don't want to misquote anyone. Didn't somebody say, like, that team's dead? Like, this is a new team?
Yeah,
there was definitely, like, the new team.
No, it's totally a different team.
That was too, I think they went way too far, and it started with Sirianni. He brainwashed them. It was too far.
Yeah, I think that you have to embrace that mentality of, we are the champs.
We're the best.
We are the best team. We earned that. We have to, we're going to defend it. That was a word they did not use. We're not talking about a Super Bowl defense.
Right.
Why not? Why aren't you talking about
You're
a Super
the defending champs.
Because, we don't acknowledge it. There's a danger in not acknowledging it, because then you're not, it really isn't. No one else thinks it's a clean slate.
We have different players on this roster.
Not really. Not on the offense. You have
10 of 11 starters are back. And, by the way, then the new guys, bring them into the culture of winning.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that when you look at the teams that have formed the dynasties, and there are teams that are four-letter words in this town as far as the Patriots and the Chiefs, but they formed them. They had them. They have this success. And it's, it was tough, honestly, for me, Sunday Night Football. That was tough to watch. Like, I don't like the Chiefs. I'm not a Chiefs fan, but that's tough to watch, that ending the way that they're, going down, because they're not going to go down without a fight, but it's tough to watch.
Yeah, it's been ugly.
But they have that mentality. They walk through, they have the swagger. There's nothing wrong with having swagger. There's nothing wrong with carrying your head high that you're the champion. The old mantra, act like you've been there before. Yeah, act like you've been there before. Don't act like it's never happened.
Right, and that's
this
what they're
isn't
doing.
2016.
Okay, is it harder to watch? Well, you have a personal feel towards this team. But
Yeah, this
is it
is
harder
hard
to watch a team like the Eagles?
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
what's happening to the
that's
Chiefs
like
when you realize it's over?
Eye bleeding for me, for
Yeah.
the Eagles. That's eye bleeding. The Chiefs is just sad. Like Kelsey, like those.
It's a respect greatness
yeah,
thing.
it's just like
An
those
era's
guys.
over.
And you know Kelsey's getting married soon, so you're feeling that for him.
No, I think that's wonderful. He's marrying a person that's a billionaire. Yeah, I really feel awful for him.
He's never going to have an original thought for the rest of his life.
Coming up next.
No one does when they're married, John. Ask
the big
your wife
story-
knows this.
I know that.
The big story over the weekend was that Nick Sirianni was more involved with the offense. How did he feel about the week of preparation? Man, you'd think they won the way he talked about that week of preparation. I have a question in regards to the preparation next. It is Kincade Salciunas 97.5, the Fanatic. All right. At least we why would we? The Eagles lost again yesterday, third straight week, 12th time this year out of 13 games where I've complained about the Eagles' offense because they suck. They're such a bad offense, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. Sorry for spoiling the ending for you. There was a crazy report yesterday that could end up being the greatest story in football history or a complete disaster. I'll tell you about it coming up in a little bit. But we had some food dropped off, Johnny, and it was tremendous. Love you, Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers in Cherry Hill has a great holiday deal for you.
What's that?
When you buy a $30 gift card, get a bonus $10 card. Spend $30, you get $40. Give the holiday gift of Roy's delicious roast beef, fried chicken, burgers, and more. Offer valid both in-store and online. Details at royrogersrestaurants.com. You could also get the tremendous biscuit breakfast sandwiches, which we devoured during one of the commercial breaks. They were spectacular.
That would be just delicious.
I went with the sausage, egg,
especially
and cheese.
Though if you do, you brought
choice.
it up too. You after a night like last night, you're eating your feelings a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. That's eat my feelings.
We
away.
are. We're doing the eating the feelings.
Amy,
thing
I told him I haven't had like a bag of chips at night in a long time.
It's a bag of chips night.
It was it was overtime.
Yeah, but he was eating the heaviest of heavy chips.
Yeah, I went with the Fritos
scoops.
Oh,
I was all
an
right.
aggressive chip.
Yeah, but you know what?
Were you scooping anything with
No,
it? Oh
no.
wow, just
I was
straight.
No, he was spackling the wall.
That's a
Those things
substantial.
are big. That's a substantial chip.
Yeah, I
there's
ate a
no
lot of-
bigger chip.
I ate a lot.
Well,
of
they
them.
make it that way so you could usually
It
dip.
also helped me stay awake because I was.
I like the taste of
You were
life.
fading.
I was drowsy.
Honestly, at halftime, it was like that's.
We have another half of this.
Oh, great! And that game, honestly, when I was watching it in overtime, like this game deserves a tie. It deserves a tie, but it also deserved that ending.
By the way, updated total: 10 of 13 games now this year. The Eagles have scored 7 or less points in a half.
Oh my gosh!
10 of 13
Recipe
games
for
this
success.
year. All right. I want to play this clip, and then I want to go to a call because it's like perfect timing that John and McCungy called in. Here was Nick Sirianni. It almost sounded like they won yesterday when he was talking about the great week of preparation they had.
Yeah, the people that we have, the people we have in there, won a lot of football games right now. We've lost 3 in a row. You know, again, I saw a great week of preparation. And I'm confident in the coaches that we have, the players that we have, the owner that we have, the front office that we have, that we're built to overcome.
I hope he has chapstick.
We're built to overcome.
I hope he has chapstick because he's going to get chapped lips kissing that much butt. I mean, what's that about? I like our owner and the lady who answers the phones in the ticket office.
So
Give me a break.
I have it on the show sheet. Connor, do you have the show sheet in front of you?
I do.
What's the topic that I was going to get into right after that clip?
What is with all the penalties?
Let's go to John and McCungy. John, it's perfect timing that you called in. We were literally going to get into it. I don't understand how you could be such a well-prepared team that you are 5th in the NFL in penalties. Go ahead, John. Floor is yours.
Gentlemen, Amy, I'd ask how we're doing this morning, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that question. Last night, I know the focus is going to be on Jalen. It was an awful game by him. He's had a bad stretch. This entire season, though, has been a study in coaching malpractice. It's week in and week out of the same things, whether it's poor scheme, poor play design, not ready to go for 4 quarters, aside from maybe the defensive side of the ball. And then every week we get told we're going to evaluate everything. We have confidence in the people back here. We have all this. We have all that. It's lost words. It's no actions. It's never going to change unless, I think at this point, Jeffrey and Howie need to step in and change it. But I just don't understand how anybody can have any more confidence in not just the OC, but Nick Sirianni at this point. I mean, he's the head coach. He's the one that's supposed to make these drastic changes. He's not doing anything. I mean, last night, the first play of the game is a wheel route with 4 hitches. What are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Great question.
And A.J. Brown gets open downfield because the play broke down. That was just an extended play. That shot that he dropped. Look, he dropped it, but he ran the initial hitch route. Play wasn't there, so he went downfield. He turned upfield and went for it. Jalen was horrible yesterday, but the one interception was a hitch route to Devontae Smith, where all 4 receivers did the exact same thing. It's almost so predictable that defenses can see what's coming. Have we talked about that this year?
All defenses have to do is drop back 5 to 7 yards in zone and play picket fence defense, and every passing lane gets blocked up. That's why Jalen holds the ball for so long, I'm convinced. It's not just him. You don't just suck overnight. This is a scheme thing, which is why he looks so bad. And the fact that we're still talking about this ad nauseum in Week 14 is just, it's mind-boggling that it's still even a talking point.
That's where Amy was making the point.
Thanks for the call, John.
Amy made the point earlier. Single digits, you're okay with it. Yeah, week 4 with 15, 16, 17, and 18 to go, it's unacceptable.
I mean, week 12, you can't be doing it. Week 13, you can't. It's not worked. And at some point, we've talked about this last week. It's the definition of insanity.
Yeah. By the way, the penalty count, sorry, this website has not updated it yet. You add the 6 they had yesterday, that puts them at 97 penalties this year, which is 4th most in the NFL.
That's incredible.
And look,
that's an indictment.
The week against the Cowboys where there were 14 penalties.
And a lot of pre-snap penalties.
Yeah.
Those are terrible.
Look, some of it's
and
on
the offensive
players.
line's been terrible with it.
Some of it's on players, but at some point you also go,
it's discipline.
This is coaching if this has been happening all season long.
Yeah, there's disciplined teams. There's not undisciplined teams. I mean, there was a game recently. It was on Sunday, and I can't remember which one it was. They flashed up the penalty stats because there was another one. One team, it was late in fourth quarter, had 2 for like 40 yards. The other team had 4 for like 42 yards. And I thought, well, that's a different change. This is a much cleaner game. You don't want the refs involved. Don't make them involved. Don't get them involved.
They are involved.
Oh,
Big
they're
time.
involved, all right.
All right, coming up next, I will try to be as emotionless and mindless as possible. Some would say that I do that often. What can actually happen for things to turn the season around? And no, it's not, they bring in this play caller. Like actual football reasons. We'll try to talk it out. Also, could it be the greatest story or the biggest disaster? How desperate one team in the NFL might be signing a quarterback. It's Kincade and Salciunas. Amy with us the remainder of the show, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
5 turnovers for Hurts. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles lost their 3rd straight game last night, coming up short in overtime against the Chargers. 22-19, the final in that one, and it was a really rough game for quarterback Jalen Hurts, whose 5 turnovers were the clear low light for the Eagles offense. He had 4 interceptions and a fumble. He even had an interception and a fumble on the same exact play. Hurts talked after the game about his performance last night.
I didn't play enough. I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
Hurts did not have his best game, and that is understating it. But he was not the only issue in the game. Rough play calling for the Eagles, some drops, a missed kick by Jake Elliott. Defense was good, but it was not enough to find a victory, and the Eagles now sit at 8-5. They have a short week to prepare for a Sunday matchup with the Raiders at Lincoln Financial Field. Flyers are back in action tonight, hosting the San Jose Sharks. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live right here on The Fanatic, and we continue to keep an eye on Kyle Schwarber's offseason free agency. Baseball's winter meetings continue in Orlando. Amy Fadul stays with the guys for the remainder of the show. This update's brought to you by SuperSure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get SuperSure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
right. Not only did we have the great Wawa gift cards to give away, which was a lot of fun, we have the True Fan Travel tailgate for this Sunday's game against the Raiders. So, again,
you'll be there.
Know the Fadul the entire 9 o'clock hour, so keep on listening closely. Yeah, you get to hang out with me, but Amy's going to be the reason why you win them today. We'll tell you when you can text in the correct answer. Now, speaking of the game on Sunday, this is where we're at. Scott on the YouTube chat. Honest question, scale of 1 to 10, how confident is everyone that they can beat the Raiders on Sunday?
Scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah. I still got to go like an 8. The Raiders are that bad.
They are.
They're that bad. Like, as horrible as it is for the Eagles, and you know me, I'm Mr. Season's over. But as horrible as the Raiders are that bad.
They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a defense.
They drafted a running back in the top 10, which you should never do when you stink. Like that is
you
that
got to get franchise
sets you back
players.
2 years.
You got to get
with all due respect to Ashton Genty and Boise State.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it sets you back.
Yeah.
Look at Saquon with the Giants. Look at Bijan with the Falcons. You need 17 more pieces before you draft a running back,
including an entire offensive line, as the Eagles have learned.
I mean, you guys know what we're getting Sunday, right? Geno Smith listed as questionable.
It's going to be Kenny Pickett game.
Kenny Pickett's going to come into the link and beat the Eagles.
No, that's not. He's not. He's incapable of that.
Oh,
He can't even win when he was wearing an Eagles uniform in the link.
He will have the gloves on though, so his hands will be warm. It's going to be cold.
His tiny hands.
I can just smell it. I can smell it now.
Oh, something smells.
It's the Drew Lock game.
It might
over.
be your Phillies shirt.
By the way,
it might be your Phillies shirt.
The article, the story that came out yesterday. You want to talk about desperate? We're talking about maybe benching Jalen for Tanner McKee.
That was actually came to everyone's mind at halftime.
At some point.
Guilty.
No, it did.
Yeah.
Guilty.
You didn't think that last night watching that.
I said next turnover for a series, do it.
And then he had there was
the
a little
field
bit,
goal and the touchdown to start the second half, and then
you're
went
like, all
away.
right, I'm done. But at halftime, it definitely
if
entered
he
your
threw
brain.
another interception to start the second half, I would have benched him.
Yeah. There's no way.
Would you bench him for Phillip Rivers because apparently he's available?
That's incredible.
The Indianapolis Colts.
This is amazing.
Brought him in last night. Adam Schefter just put out the article that it did officially happen last night that 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who has not played in the NFL since 2020, went to the Colts facility yesterday for a workout because Daniel Jones, as we know, is done for the season. Riley Leonard is already hurt.
And his high school
backup to
season
Daniel
is
Jones.
over as a coach.
And so he's not dealing with coaching high school football anymore. Yesterday was his 44th birthday. So his birthday celebration was, let me go try out again for the Indianapolis Colts.
Well,
now, what's amazing about this story is if he plays a game, because he is a future Hall of Famer.
This year he's going to be voted in.
He gets off the ballot, and he's got to wait 5 years again.
Just for take another couple of snaps under center.
Well, they really want him to do it, and he's willing to do it.
What's Joe Flacco doing? He's not playing with the Bengals.
Right. I mean, he's
Can't the
looking
Bengals
at
get
it.
something for him?
No, I mean, you're post-trade deadline. You can't,
Look,
Phillip
just release him? You're not doing anything there?
Now, you're from sort of that mid-Atlantic, sort of, part of the South. I mean,
I'm from Virginia.
He's his own cat. He got
Phil Rivers?
Yeah, I mean,
he's
his
a
own
weird
cat.
dude.
I mean, he got married in his senior year of high school.
Okay.
He got married his senior year of high school. Can you imagine going to your parents and going, and there was no pregnancy involved or anything? It was just like,
well, because he wanted to.
We're getting married. Yes, exactly. We're getting
As a
married.
very religious man that he is,
and
he wanted to.
And they are still married and have had a very successful marriage.
By the way,
a ton of kids.
Did not know until I read the report yesterday. He's a grandfather.
He's his own kid. I mean, he's his own cat.
He's a grandfather. So
yes.
Grandpa Rivers
at 44.
Pop.
I feel like we joke around about that, like Pop Kirk Cousins. Like, no, this guy is actually Pop Phillip Rivers
He
if
had
he gets
kids
back.
before he left college. I think he had 2 before he left college because he was married as a senior in high school.
It will either be the greatest story, even if they just win one playoff game.
Honestly, let's just
I'm
it's going to
not
be
saying Super Bowl. Like they have to.
44-year-old gentleman
It'll either
coming
be the
back
greatest
through,
story,
it's going to be amazing.
or it's a complete disaster because he just.
I just kind of want to
might
watch
not
it.
be
anyway.
in NFL shape.
It might not be.
Guess
you
what?
Go ahead and
if I
take
see
that.
Joe Flacco do what he can do, I guarantee you, Phillip
But Joe
Rivers
Flacco has still been doing.
No, he's been in the league. Yeah, he hasn't been in the league
still
since
been doing the
2020.
exercises and the training.
I don't know. Have you? Did you? Oh, you didn't see the video then from SportsCenter last night.
I've seen it.
He looks in great shape.
Does he look in the NFL shape? Like, can he take a hit? He hasn't taken a hit.
I don't know. I can't
4
judge
years?
that, but I can judge that the man looks like he's in great shape.
There's a reason that
The last time he walked off the field
He didn't get country fat.
was January 9th, 2021.
That's unbelievable. That's
And
unbelievable.
he might
2021.
And he might
it
be
is
the
2025.
He might be the starting quarterback.
And what
his,
was
his most recent picture was he's wearing a mask because it was the COVID.
What was the date of that game? January, right?
January 9th, 2021.
So
yeah.
it was 5 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Not 4. It wasn't 4 years ago. It was 5 years ago almost. 5 years
That's
ago.
amazing.
Years.
I
I don't care what try to. That's amazing. Please, Colts sign him. I just want to.
I need to see it.
I just want to see it.
All right, Phillip Rivers would not be the answer here. Let's get that out of the way. But I want to try to talk about this as calmly as possible because I think the answer is nothing, but we'll try. I told you I'll be as emotionless as possible here. What can the Eagles actually do to turn things around? And it's not, you redo the entire offense. It's just not going to happen. So what can the Eagles do? John, I'll let you start first. Is there anything that comes to your mind? They just need to do this, and they'll turn things around.
They need to establish over the next 4 games that they can have Saquon run for 500 yards in the next 4 games. They can have Jalen take 50% of the snaps under center.
Okay.
And they can get on a roll where I'm finally going to get I'll be wearing that twirly hat, by the way, Connor, remember that bet. If they don't get 30 points in a game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, one game.
I need 1 game with 30 points. And I thought last night had a chance to be it.
You're coming down to the wire.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Commodes games, I think, have a chance.
Maybe.
And I think the Raiders game has a chance, too.
One would think a lot of these games have a chance.
Yeah, but do the Eagles have a chance?
The Eagles
so
do
that's what I say. How about
deserve that respect.
500 yards from Saquon in 4 games. And I think they're going to have to win every game. So, or try to win every game for their seeding. So I think they're going to be playing them.
Yeah, you
and
have to play.
50% of the snaps under center.
All right, Amy.
Yeah, I like the idea under center. That was a disturbing.
It was disturbing last
trend
night.
To watch.
51-15 snaps under center last night.
I don't like that at all. Talk about your identity. How is that part of your identity? I don't know. It's not a successful one. So if your identity is unsuccessful, maybe you should have a new identity.
Here's what their identity is. Well, it worked before.
Yeah.
That's what their identity is.
It worked before when you had a completely healthy line.
He'll be the first one to tell you. Well, I don't want to put guys in positions they don't succeed in. This has worked for us. We're a good football team.
We're
a good football team. And this is, we've done it
Playing
before. But they've played like poop all year.
That's the thing.
Offensively.
There have been times where we lamented the simplicity of I long for the simplicity of the offense now. I long for it. I long for just giving Saquon the ball and just saying good luck, buddy. Just because right now it's like they don't know what they're doing.
No.
They're not giving him the ball and saying good luck. They're not throwing the ball in a slant route. They're doing all kinds of nonsense. It's like all of a sudden there's this random deep route. Where did that? Why? What? What did this game where they have the second best secondary in the entire league? They hadn't allowed 200 passing yards in 10 weeks. I think they were allowed it 1 or 2 times. Okay, that's what your offense. You looked at that and thought, you know what? Yep, we're going to allow 160 yards. We're going to just throw the ball a bunch. Yeah. We're going to have these deep routes that are not going to be successful at all.
And the deep routes, constant throws deep.
Exactly. There were cushions in that 13-yard range. They're giving you that softness in the zone.
That's on Jalen.
Yes.
Jalen was horrible.
They're giving you the softness in the zone. Take the softness in the zone. It was mind-blowing.
There were 3 different isolated videos using your TV term. I don't know what they call it an ISO when
you're just watching the one-on-one matchup.
When Troy Aikman, I guess, calls for the video where they keep showing Dallas Goedert wide open.
Just right over there.
He's wide open.
Just hanging out.
He's wide open, and the quarterback is not throwing it to him.
And it was just like, oh, no, we got to go.
Let's go deep.
Here.
And I wonder why.
Miss him.
If it's the guy who, when they were 4-0, and it was 4-0, and we were on that bus coming from the Tampa win, and we're on the bus, and I look at the phone, and I go, uh-oh. Yep. And I said on the bus, there's a tweet or an Instagram post from A.J. Brown, and he's pissed. And everything went south at that point.
All right, you're a gambling man, John, right?
I am.
All right, I'm going to
give a very successful one.
We have 2 $50 gift cards to Roy Rogers giveaway. I'm going to let the texter gamble for this.
Oh, I like that.
The first person to text Roy and the first person to text Rogers.
Spell it right, too.
R-O-G-E-R.
Hold on.
That's fine. No, I want to help out the people a little bit.
That's nice of you.
But the first person to text Roy wins a $50 gift card. The first person to text Rogers at 610-632-0975. Now, you have to gamble which one. I would imagine more people text Roy, less letters. Curious where people go on this one, Connor. All right, coming up next. What does Vegas think of the Eagles' chances of winning the Super Bowl after last night? Spoiler, it continues to drop. It is Kincade and Salciunas. Amy with us here, 97.5 The Fanatic. Is 9:41 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Congratulations to Colin and Dennis, who won the Roy Rogers gift cards. What did Colin text and what did Dennis text? By the way, don't forget, Roy Rogers in Cherry Hill has a great holiday deal. You buy a $30 gift card, you get a bonus $10 card. So pay $30, get $40. Give the holiday gift of Roy's delicious roast beef, fried chicken, burgers, and more. All for valid both in store and online. Details at royrogersrestaurants.com.
Colin went with Roy. Dennis went with Rogers.
All right. I like that. It's good work. It
was a good gamble.
Were there more Roys?
The first 4 or 5 were Roys, and then we got into a bunch, a long run of Rogers. It was great. There was more diversity in the Eagles' offense.
And how many people added a D to Rogers?
Nobody.
Really? That's good.
At least that I saw.
That's good. They were listening.
That's impressive.
They were listening to you.
By the way, man, it's the holidays. So right now there's giveaways. I can't wait till next week.
Oh, next week's going to be a lot of fun, too.
We're going to tell you guys later on in the week what we're doing next week. We're going to get a lot of people in the station involved. It's really fun. Amy, you might have to do something before you get out of here.
Okay.
I'll explain during a commercial break. But we have another deal of the week, another great one. This is awesome.
Okay.
Get a $100 gift card to Nebraska Brazilian Steakhouse for just $50.
Liv says this place is great.
It's great.
I have not been.
They dropped food off. I stayed late one day last week. You guys were already gone.
Bugger.
Oh, it was good. Breakfast was served. So pay $50, you get $100 with locations in Center City, Philly, and of course Horsham, PA. Nebraska is your go-to destination for an unforgettable rodizio experience. How about that? Enjoy 15 cuts of fire, 15 cuts of fire roasted meat, fresh fish, grilled pineapple, gourmet sides. Get this deal now through Sunday while supplies last at 975thefanatic.com/deals. All right, Amy, last week I went to 0% chance the Eagles repeat as Super Bowl champions. Connor also was at 0. John was at 20. He's down to 10. I'm at -10. So I can't just stay at 0 after a loss like that. I have to lower to even more. You were anywhere between 1% and 2%.
Yeah, I'm at 0.
You're at 0. So you're officially at the dream of repeating as Super Bowl champions is dead.
Yeah, there's no way.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's a lonely,
fun place
it's actually
to be.
It's not a
It's
lonely
not
place.
lonely.
It's very crowded down here.
Most popular place in Philly.
It's got more crowded. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't see a way through, to be honest. We were talking about the lack of identity. That's just symptomatic of what's going on in that locker room.
December.
It's just middle of December. It's 17 degrees outside right now.
And believe it or
It's
not,
so bad.
The Positivity Bunny did not save the season. What did you make of the Positivity Bunny?
Listen, if it works, whatever. The dog masks were dumb until they didn't. Until they didn't look dumb because they looked smart. If they had come out with those dog masks and then got worked, you would have been like, well, that was the dumbest thing I ever saw. But it worked. So you're like, whatever you need. I'm never going to knock. If you need something, whether it's a dog mask or a chain or a crown or an inflatable Easter bunny, which, by the way, why was it Easter? Wasn't there a bunny that was like Santa-y?
So one of the offensive linemen
just had it
in their garage and just brought it.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. I said it's harmless.
He's dead now. The bunny's dead.
So
that bunny better not have. Can you imagine if you walked into that locker room and you saw that stupid bunny? I would have
Amy,
the shiv that I wanted to later with.
I said this on there yesterday that if they lose,
shivved it. Wait a minute. Would you have used the
same shiv?
The Leitner shiv?
Yeah.
I said it yesterday that if they lose, there's one of two results.
There's someone that
Big Dom makes a phone call and says, "Yo, before we get back,
we got to take care of that."
Because I would not, like you said, I would not want to walk in.
There's an equipment person that got there at 2
or
o'clock
you use it as a team bonding experience,
and
they all shit.
Kind of like in what was it, Office Space, where they all just the printer, they all just go out.
That could have been a team bonding thing.
See, I like the idea of having something fun. Listen, it's dark times.
Yes.
Whatever.
Loosen up.
But I would have punched the bunny if I walked through to get my stuff, and I would have been like,
because when
you got jokes now,
work,
bunny?
You mentioned tough times, right? You're right. But when it doesn't work, those tough times, I would
They're
be
exacerbated,
angry getting on the plane. John talked about it. That plane was probably dead silent last night, right?
Team planes are so awkward to be on when you're on the charter flight. It's so awkward to be on any. It's awkward to be on a team flight anyway when you're media or your team staff.
Yeah, you just sit in the back and just keep your head down.
And you're told to shut up.
But
don't do
you know at least 50% of those players are on social media after the game searching their name.
Oh, they are. Oh,
you know
yeah.
they saw the memes that the Chargers posted, that
With the bunny.
that Fox posted with the bunny. Like, I get it. It was probably funny in the moment for some people. Saquon didn't really find it all that funny, but it was funny in the moment for some people. But when you lose, it's like, oh, that freaking bunny. Now we're going to be made fun of this for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, you definitely are. It's going to be referenced because it got out there. But hopefully it'll be something that you look at. And like the flower speech, which was at the time the dumbest thing I had ever heard.
Yes, I agree.
And yet the flower speech turned out to be pretty prophetic.
Just got to keep fertilized. There
you go.
It worked.
That was such a ranging thing. It was like a guy giving a presentation that didn't know exactly where he was going with it. And I was like, okay, just stop talking. But the bunny.
Let him go. He's on a roll.
Yeah, he's on a roll. Let's keep him going. Great reference there.
Thank you.
But yeah, the bunny, you can't have the bunny anime
No,
the bunny's
gone.
The bunny's absolutely gone.
There's no more. Someone punched the bunny. Someone stabbed the bunny. Whoever lineman that bunny, it's no longer. We'll replace it. We'll get you a new bunny.
Yeah, that one's got to go.
That one is dead. He's been stabbed.
I would love for another Know the Amy question to be about shivs because I think we've used that like 3 times.
It's so much fun. It is. The Leitner shiv is just great.
But I'll keep it simple because it just happened this segment. Amy's percentage chance for the Eagles to repeat as Super Bowl champions has been updated from last week to this week. Last week it was between 1 and 2%. As of 5 minutes ago, she announced it's what? The first person to text that in at 610-632-0975 will win the pair of passes to the True Fan tailgate before the Eagles take on the Raiders this Sunday. I will be there hanging out with you. Philly Sports Trips, tremendous job as always. They'll have the all-inclusive food, drinks, live entertainment, appearances from special guests and former players. Sea of Birds fans like there was in L.A. last night, which is even more of a shame that they lost and the way that they lost yesterday. Portion of the proceeds, if you don't win a pair of passes, you want to buy them on their website, go to the Eagles Autism Foundation to learn more. Go to phillysportstrips.com. That's even more devastating. Like the road trip, especially like the big one. Like there's one thing if you're like, let's take the bus to
right, yeah, we're going up to
MetLife.
New York. Right, yeah.
Like, no, you went cross country.
Yeah.
Eagles went,
you're there for days.
And the defense.
You saw the sights.
Yeah, you saw the sights. The defense is great. Coop.
That was awesome.
And the offense sucks. And they lose in overtime to Dicker the kicker. Like, it's unbelievable. Jake Elliott misses another field goal. By the way, they win. They win if he doesn't miss another field goal.
It's over.
I mean,
because the Chargers weren't scoring touchdowns yesterday. With Herbert, I give him all the credit in the world for playing through what he played through yesterday, but they weren't scoring touchdowns. So if Jake Elliott makes a field goal in a freaking dome and doesn't miss a field goal for the third straight game, they win.
And by the way, Dallas.
Yeah, third straight game.
I mean, he's just, it's over. Jake Elliott's over.
Yeah, there's too many good kickers out there in the league to have a kicker that's going to miss field goals. You
it's-
can't do it. I mean, there's guys you see guys that are hitting 60-yarders routinely. Speaking of Dallas,
Oh my gosh,
That
he's
guy-
he's automatic. There's so many. And you know what? One of those draft picks that we've been throwing away draft picks, just throwing them away, saying we don't need these late draft picks, third-day draft picks. Any one of them could be used on a kicker. Could be used on getting
You
yourself a
used
kicker.
2 on a guy you gave 1 carry again.
And you're not giving him things. They could be used on a
That's
kicker
actually like-
that you could go get a college kicker that can make these kicks routinely that no longer can Jake Elliott.
One draft pick went to a guy that disappeared in Jair Alexander, and it was a swap, but, And then Tank Bigsby, you traded 2 picks for.
you don't even play him.
truth.
1 carry. He averaged 4 yards a carry yesterday because he had 1 touch
Oh
for
my
4
gosh,
yards.
it's just unbelievable.
Let's go to Steve in Delaware. Steve, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing today?
Steve, you sound calm.
So I am over the whole concept of the Eagles even going to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah,
I'm packing it in because you can't tell me with all the preparation that's been going on that is what the culmination of this preparation produces. Every week the offense looks even worse than the week before. And I don't know how that is. I mean, Jalen looked absolutely horrible yesterday. And I can't even blame it on Kelvin Petullo anymore because there's just no excuse to turn the ball over at that rate. I
have one guess, Steve. Just one guess, and trust me, this is not an excuse for Jalen Hurts. You got to make the freaking plays. the whole Sirianni was more involved. Did they throw too much new stuff during the mini bye? Like, is that what it was? And it threw Jalen Hurts off? I don't know, because I've never seen him throw the ball. 4 interceptions we've never seen before.
That was as poor as I've ever seen.
Just that clear. I just think ever since the beginning of the season, the offensive line has just been the Achilles heel of this team. They have not looked like the same offensive line of last year. Saquon can barely get the ball in his hands before his 2 defenders are already on him in the backfield. This line is not getting pushed, and it's everybody's suffering for it. And it's just like no one has an answer. And this is 2 seasons now that Nick Sirianni hasn't been able to correct these things. And I get told every week, hey, we got to put these in better positions. We're having conversations. We're having talks and stuff like that. But then the next week, you just look even more.
Johnny said it earlier, and thanks for the call, man. We appreciate it. If the collapse happens again, and you were saying it was even worse than last time.
Oh, I think it's worse.
Like, the Sirianni conversation's up again.
Oh, it has to be up.
Whether you think it's crazy or, like I heard Troy yesterday during the broadcast, his resume, I don't understand why there's so much questioning. Well, it's because it's 2 times in 3 years.
Epic collapses. Not just like, hey, we lost a couple of tough games. No.
And he can't fix anything.
Yeah.
He can't fix anything. When the car, he's sitting in 11A, and he's a pilot. He's a pilot, but he's on one of those flights where he's just there traveling between the things. But he's a pilot for American, and he's flying on the flight as just a passenger. And the pilot has a heart attack, and they come back and they say, "Can anybody fly this plane?" And Nick Sirianni's in 11A, and he just sits there and he plays on his iPad.
He's enjoying his free Coke and the Biscoff.
Oh, you want me to fly?
But
you want me to fly this?
Tell us about life-saving cancer research.
Well, he wouldn't save that plane, I can tell you. Pierce Phelps Bryan Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors made a donation to the AACR, and you can too. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR because I'm living proof that cancer research saves lives. Hope your heater's working.
Yep, it is cold. Amy, thank you as always.
Thanks, Amy.
Guys,
we appreciate you.
Thanks.
Thank you for being the common reasonable one.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, well, today she was
0%.
It was a little Amy unplugged.
Middays with Marks comes right next. Harry Mays in studio today. We'll talk